Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to the Football Stooges. I'm your host, Lob City. This is the weekly show where we break down all the action that happened in the NFL, a little bit outside the NFL. We got a couple extra things actually this week talking about outside the NFL, and give our predictions for the upcoming week, and generally just talk a bunch of bullshit about the NFL and give you what we're going to say about it. So, without further ado, allow me to introduce my compatriots. And now here's a man who's probably more interested in the current World Series game than a football game we're going to talk about right now. The one and only Philly diehard fan, Mastodon. And he's already at it with the oh boy. There he goes. Okay. It's going to be a long episode.
Got some big pipes down there.
Yes, it will. Oh, God, it's hurting.
Got some big pipes. He got them.
Oh, no.
Got those wide pipes.
My stomach.
Large exhaust pipes.
Vomit on cam. Oh, God.
No,
Got
no,
that cold air
I'm good. I'm good.
All
I'm
right.
good. I'm good.
That was a good start to the episode. Anyway, next up, the depressed Bears fan, Mamba.
I got water, so no beer for me.
All right.
Antidepressants.
Maston's
Yeah.
built like a Ford F-150. I'm built like a Toyota Corolla.
None of us are built like Corolla. We're all above 6
I know.
foot, like what?
I
We're all
know,
above
I know.
6'3".
I know.
I'm 6'4".
I'm talking about the pipes. I'm talking about the pipes, all right?
The pipes. All right.
Pipes.
Forget about it. Anyway,
Yeah.
what was not forgettable this weekend, or rather not this weekend, this week, was the NFL trades that went on. NFL trade deadline happened Tuesday, which would be yesterday if you're for us, but 2 days probably by the time you're listening to this at least. And a lot of trades actually went down. Some good, some interesting, some bad, and some downright what the fuck. So without further ado, we're gonna break into it, and we're gonna give you the grade for each team, not just the team that got the player, but the team that also got the picks or the return player or whatever. So Mastodon has all the stats of each trade broken down to what exactly was given. So we'll go ahead and start with the Robbie Anderson deal to the Cardinals.
Yep. So Robbie Anderson from Panthers to the Cardinals. Cardinals trading away a 2024 6th-round pick and a 2025 7th-round pick.
Okay. So a 6th and a 7th round pick, way in the future.
Yeah.
About 3 years for a wide receiver that's not awful, but not great. Probably is a wide receiver 3 option on most every team, unless you're looking at a really stacked wide receiver lineup. Not a bad pickup for the Cardinals. I think this is definitely something for the Carolina. They're rebuilding. They got a couple picks. I think it's good for them. They're not high picks though, so I would give it probably a B plus, honestly.
Yeah. Wait, B+ for the Cards?
No, for
Panthers,
the
he said.
Panthers. For Panthers.
For Panthers. Okay. Yeah, no, Panthers. I mean, they had to get rid of Robbie Anderson because he was just causing too many problems. But you go from one problem of a team to another problem of a team. I guess that's what you get. So
Yeah, I'm worried about that with the Cardinals.
yeah,
I'm saying, yeah. Go ahead.
No, go for it. Go.
Robbie Anderson for being cancerous and Panthers getting rid of him for tanking. B- at least. Once you get rid of cancer, it's go. That's there.
I would give it a B. For the Cards, it's probably more of a C in my books. It's okay. It's
They
it's
didn't
not
give up
great.
much.
It's not terrible. Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I think for the Cards, I'd probably give it a B- to a C+. It's a good addition to have on a team where they have a lot of options, but there's an issue with his demeanor that could really, really go badly. Next, probably the biggest trade that happened was the very talented but sadly very injury-prone Christian McCaffrey being dealt to the 49ers. Again, what was the return deal for that, Mastodon?
So Panthers trading Christian McCaffrey. 49ers traded a 2nd-round pick in 2023, 3rd-round pick, 4th-round pick, and a 5th-round pick.
So the 5th round's 2024.
Oh, yeah, 2024. Sorry, I misread that. Yeah, 2024.
The first 3 picks, the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are 2023.
So 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of next year's draft, and then a year after that, there's a 5th round pick.
Yep.
Which
So a
again,
slew of picks.
I would probably give Carolina a B here because they just need a shit ton of picks. They're rebuilding. Who cares?
I think it's an A. I think that many picks is
Really?
an A. Oh, dude, of course. They're rebuilding. What's better than picks? What is better than picks?
I would give it. I would give it an A if they got a first round out of McCaffrey, because McCaffrey's like.
Would you rather? No. Would you rather have a first round pick, or would you have a second, third, and fourth?
No, okay. I would say take out the fourth round pick and the fifth round pick and make it a first round pick. So a first,
nobody is giving up a first, second, and third for somebody.
I know that was basically the best offer, but for me, I would say B plus.
How I grade as an A is an absolute steal. Like Carolina's getting an absolute steal. So I would actually go B plus for Carolina. For the 49ers, getting McCaffrey is very, very good. Especially since, I don't know what they're going to do with these picks. So I kind of want to give them an A on this because, you just got one of the best running backs.
Again, it's the whole fucking pick strategy that worked really well for the Rams, but we'll see if it works for the Niners, who basically have the same home field in SoFi Stadium.
49ers is in a win now mode. I would say at least an A minus. I don't think they needed a running back, but Christian McCaffrey can be a good option for them.
They needed, I think they needed another option out of the backfield, not as a running back, but as another passing option. And McCaffrey is one of the best, if not the best passing option as a running back. Not to mention, he just went out in his second game as a 49er, his first with really the playbook under his belt, and scored 3 touchdowns 3 different ways. The first player to do it since LaDainian Tomlinson. 1 passing, 1 rushing, 1 catching. So he's looking explosive. He's looking great. And if, God forbid, he has an injury, this would go downhill. But right now he's looking great. If he stays that way, we can all hope he does because we'd love to see him play. He is an absolute dog on the football field. And he's a great matchup with that 2-back system they now have in San Francisco.
The thing is, they need to figure out, San Fran in the future needs to figure out quarterback. Because, again,
you can win with Garoppolo, though. You can win.
Yes, you can.
But the only reason,
they want Trey Lance to be starting.
Listen, they'd love to. His ankle decided, he wasn't going to start. It broke. You can't change that, sadly. And
they have Trey Lance.
You're going to ask yourself: is Trey Lance going to be better?
We don't know. We literally haven't seen anything of Trey Lance.
But they're in win now mode, so I don't know.
They are.
So you could you could do this. Let's say Lamar Jackson doesn't re-sign with the Ravens. You trade Trey Lance for Lamar Jackson. Boom, done. Blockbuster deal.
They're gonna sign Lamar because the salary cap's gonna go up again.
No, they're not gonna sign Lamar. I'm a Bengals fan. He's leaving. Fuck him. He's leaving. Get out of here.
Let's get to the next trade.
He's gonna say that. Let's get to the next one.
Next trade, James Robinson is being dealt to the Jets. He was a good running back that's now going to be complementing the lack that Bryce Hall's out there. And what was the stats for that, Maston?
So Jaguars trading James Robinson to the Jets. Jets trading a 2023 6th-round draft pick conditional that could become a 5th-round pick if certain conditions are met. I have not seen those conditions. Me personally, Jets A minus. They need a running back after Breece Hall got hurt, and Jags, I would say B plus. They were not using him.
Yeah, and also at the same time, the Jags are still in that really murky water of are we rebuilding? Are we win now?
They're not win now. They've never been a win now for a while. Okay.
No, they were win now when they had Jalen Ramsey. They went to the AFC Championship.
That was 2017. Yeah,
that was
but then you saw what happened.
It's 2022. Yeah.
22.
Big
I will not take any disrespect on Gardner Minshew's name. Clear that.
No, do not disrespect.
We love Minshew. No.
Minshew mania.
Minshew mania.
You tell me another starting quarterback in the NFL that can walk out in Daisy Dukes and dot you up for 350 and 2 touchdowns.
Katana. He actually got a katana, a real life katana. Even though it's full weave, a long sword is better.
This was a good trade by the Jets. They needed a running back badly after the ACL injury with Breece.
I was also wondering if the Jets would have gone after a bigger name running back that was on the table. There's been swirling around. There was a ton of swirling. One thing I want to talk about is how Jerry Jones was always like, "Oh, we're gonna make something happen. There's gonna be swirling around."
I don't think the Jets are big buyers.
His Alzheimer's came in. He forgot about the draft.
Well, his
Alzheimer's came in.
Nobody wants to play in New York because the fucking taxes are so high for the athletes. They don't make shit compared to everywhere else.
Yeah, that's why they're in Jersey.
Yeah, that's why they're in Jersey.
It's the same taxes, okay?
Yeah,
They're both high.
They're both high.
Oh, is it?
so,
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, I would give the Jets a B plus just because I think they got a good running back. But I don't think it was the best they could have gotten, but still not bad. And then the Jags, a solid B minus. Like they got a little pick. It's all right. Next, we kind of already talked about Robert Quinn being dealt from the Bears to the Eagles. Go ahead and break that down for us, Mr. Mastodon.
Bears trading Robert Quinn to Eagles. Eagles just giving a 2023 4th-round pick.
A 4th rounder for a solid edge rusher, which is an area the Eagles needed. I'm giving that a solid A. That is a steal.
Yeah, that is a steal, if I'm honest. Bears did not get enough back on this trade. I don't know. Quinn he's good. He's a good player.
Philadelphia has zero edge rushers. Zero edge rushers. They get a really good one out of, like, wasn't he a Pro Bowler one year? Has he been a Pro Bowler yet? Or
yeah, he had 18 and a half sacks a couple years ago.
Yeah. You were trading for a Pro Bowler for a 3rd-round pick for a position that you have no
fourth.
Or a 4th-round. Yeah, look at that. That's
because Derek Barnett's hurt. But me personally, with the Bears, it was a decent trade for the Bears because they have to pay part of his contract, so that's part of the salary cap for the year. Then the Eagles will pick it up. You only had 1 or 2, maybe 2 years left on him to pay on his contract, and also he's 32.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So his age kind of made that draft trade had to be a little bit.
I don't know. I feel like the Bears could have gone a 3rd, if I'm honest. I'm giving this pick for I'm giving the pick for the Bears a C plus, but yeah, Eagles I would give.
Yeah,
I'm on
board.
minus.
I'm on board with you there for a C plus. It was a bad Bears were, bad. Yeah, we'll get more into the Bears, but geez,
they're sellers and buyers at the same time. We'll get to people in a sec.
But for Eagles, for me, I would say A. We got someone. We don't need a sack from him. I want the QB pressures. I don't care about the sack stat, as long as it doesn't become a 1st down the next play. That's my thing. Why care about sacks if basically you sack them for 1 yard and they get a 1st down in the 2nd down? It doesn't matter.
Yeah. But yeah, I would give the Bears a C and the Eagles an A. Moving on, Kadarius Toney dealt from the New York Giants, a pretty talented receiver that's recovering from injury, now is almost looked to be spontaneously healed, now being sent to the high-powered Chiefs offense led by Patrick Mahomes. Mastodon has the details.
So Giants trading Kadarius Toney to the Chiefs. Chiefs trading a 2023 conditional 3rd-round pick. Don't know what the conditions are. And a 6th-round pick. I don't know.
The Chiefs, do they really need more wide receivers? If I'm
honestly,
honest?
It's Andy.
Yeah,
it's Andy Reid. He'll use any receiver.
But also at the same time, their top one's Juju, and Juju's okay. Like he's good, but just Juju is rough. Again, Patrick Mahomes can get it done if you get a sliver of open anywhere. So I think this is a good pickup to be a good wide receiver 2 for Juju. I think this is a really good.
Yeah, I mean, I guess because
I'll say wide receiver 3.
Tony's
okay,
young
well,
still,
option
so
3, wide receiver 2.
Yeah,
because Travis Kelce's option 1 every time.
So
well, you got MVS.
Toney is still young, so I think he's in his 2nd season. So I guess there's some upside if they put him in the Chiefs system with Andy Reid. But I don't know. I think this is just probably a B minus for the Chiefs in my opinion. And then New York. Probably another B minus. Yeah, it's pretty fair both ways.
Honestly, for New York, I would probably
I don't know what New York was doing with Toney.
I would honestly give it a B minus. They seem to be in win now mode, and they're trading away a young guy that can just develop even better. Who's been good for them, just been injured.
I mean, if those picks are good for New York, then that's I think.
Yeah,
they have been drafting well. They've been drafting very well thus far.
Without Gettleman, yeah, they have. So I'm saying B plus for the Giants. They were not using him. For a couple of games last year, we had more receiving yards than Kadarius Toney by doing nothing. He had negative yards. Chiefs a C. Why do they need another receiver? But it's Andy Reid, so he's going to use them some way.
Yeah, I mean, I give it a B minus because he's young. So he could. Andy Reid was probably going to develop him, get him really good for cheap. Pretty cheap.
Next trade, another Bears trade. Raekwon Smith being dealt to the Ravens, the star middle linebacker. And Macedon has the details.
Bears trading Raekwon Smith to the Ravens for Ravens trading linebacker AJ Klein, a 2023 second and fifth round pick.
So yeah, during the summer or preseason, Raekwon and the GM or the front office couldn't come to terms in terms of a contract. So instead of franchise tagging him, I think this trade is definitely a good one for the Bears. They got AJ Klein, decent linebacker. You get a second rounder, which I don't know if that got passed to Claypool trade. I don't know.
I think it did. We'll get to that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the fifth round pick. So I say for the Bears, it's at least a B+ in my opinion.
I think it's a solid B for the Bears. Raekwon was very good for them, and obviously he didn't want to stay, and you got to get something for him. But at the same time, like it was a second and a fifth, and a second they didn't even keep, and they got a low-level guy in return. So I don't know. Kind of odd for them. For the Ravens, they're still kind of in the win now mode, so I'll give it a B+. They got a solid guy to lock up the run game in the interior to really help bolster their defense, which is already very good.
I agree with that with the Ravens B+ there as well.
Yeah, Ravens B+. They got a good defensive player. Maybe they could pay him. B- for the Bears because he wanted to be the highest paid, like his for his position, and a lot of people are saying no, he is not should be highest paid. Yeah, like he was not going to be the highest paid for his position.
Oh,
I can't remember what exact position he is. So you weren't going to pay him. Franchise tag gonna suck. B- for the Bears. I think you could have got
He's not
maybe
the
a
best
first.
position, not even close.
No.
Fred Warner, Logan Wilson. Even if you're
Dude, watch the Ravens franchise tag him.
Yeah.
I'm dead ass.
Well,
like
they're
gonna do it.
You have to be on the team for a certain number of years, I thought, to franchise tag.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
I think you have to be on the team 3 years before you can be franchise tagged. I think.
So I guess Bears did him a favor.
Yeah. This one was perplexing.
Then he can't get tagged.
This one was super complexing. Why don't you go ahead and drop the bomb here, Macedon, on this trade?
Lions traded TJ Hawkinson and 2 fourth-round picks, one in 2023 and one in conditional 2024. I don't know the exact conditions for 2024. To the Vikings. Vikings giving up a 2023 second-round pick and a 2024 third-round pick. Vikings A+. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
A fucking plus.
You have Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, Kirk Cousins, and now TJ Hawkinson. Not to mention Adam Thielen.
And Irvin Smith Jr. is hurt. You basically replaced Irvin Smith Jr. He's basically going to be the Kyle Rudolph for the Vikings.
I don't know why the Lions gave fucking picks back.
Yeah, they gave picks back. They gave picks to the other team, which they traded their player for, got no players in return, and it's a fucking division rival. HCDC,
no.
what are you fucking doing, man?
No. What I'm gonna say about the division rival is to fuck over with the Packers.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm going to talk about that one after. But no, I don't. Okay, the Lions. I don't like. Okay, Hawkinson is a young guy with fourth year in the season or career, not season. But yeah, I mean, you should be building your offense and building around him. Get a better quarterback for the Lions, and then just start slinging the ball around.
You can't really build an offense around a tight end. They're great. They're good, but the Niners, who have George Kittle, are built around Deebo Samuel. The Chiefs are built around Patrick Mahomes.
But the thing is, there's very few good tight ends.
He's streaky. Hawkinson is good, but he also can be streaky. Some games he's like, wow, he drops like the most fantasy points in the league. And then all of a sudden, other games it's just like, what the fuck? So that might be Detroit, and he all of a sudden could be the next Kyle Rudolph here. But also, again, Kyle Rudolph. Not to mention Kyle Rudolph. Kyle Rudolph is now in the Bucks doing jack diddly fucking squat. So
jack and shit because Bucks O-line sucks.
So I'm giving this an F. to the
Yeah,
Lions
that's an F.
for what the fuck, and an A to the Vikings for amazing, because this was just the most lopsided trade and the stupidest trade I've seen in a while. And if it's to cuck over the Packers, I guess, but you're killing your franchise just to cuck over the Packers. That's just ridiculous.
I had to give it a D. I had to give it a D to cuck over the Packers. They fucking cock blocked the shit
Lions,
out of them.
This trade pissed me off because I was like, dude, Lions, you need to figure shit out. Just the same old
Figured out their
Lions.
defense.
They're just
Right.
churning
Jesus
young
fuck.
people
And
like a fucking.
another trade in the NFC East or North. I mean, sorry, NFC North.
Yeah.
The Chicago Bears trading for somebody, taking that second round pick they got for the Roquan Smith trade, and now using it to trade to the Steelers for Chase Claypool. Macedon with the details.
You basically explained it. It was just Claypool to the Bears and that second round pick. That's basically all that happened.
So, I want to talk about this. I thought about it initially. I was like, why the fuck are the Bears trading for this? They should be sellers right now, not buyers. But here's what I'm thinking the Bears are doing. Typically, the Bears have historically had good defenses and not good offenses. So, I mean, they put more money in the defense than the offense in general. Now, what we're seeing is they're trying to get Justin Fields really good, give him some weapons this season, get him to grow more. Claypool, he has a very good vert, he's a fast guy, good on the deep ball, good on the 50-50s. And, I mean, to me, I think this makes sense. I don't think he's wide receiver 1 material. I think Bears still need to find a wide receiver either in picks from the draft or something. They have 120 million in cap space now. So I think it's a B for me. I don't think it's a bad trade. I don't think it's great. I think it's pretty average in general.
I would go C because the Bears are rebuilding and they need picks and they don't need to be trading for Chase Claypool.
Yeah, but Claypool,
you said he's a weapon.
Upside.
No. You said he's a weapon. If he's a weapon, he's a fucking blunt steak knife that's bent backwards. Chase Claypool is not a fucking weapon. Clear your fucking throats. Talk with respect.
I mean,
Come on.
that is
disrespectful to the good wide receivers in this league. This man's out there talking, I'm the best wide receiver in the game.
With Roethlisberger, he was good.
Absolutely lies. A lot of people can do with Roethlisberger. And he wasn't even that good. Also, this man has the football IQ of a fucking potato. Okay, it is awful.
That
this guy's
could be
in
fixed,
athletics.
all right.
Not in Chicago. The fuck.
Hey, new staffing, all right. We'll figure it out.
It would take
The new
Belichick.
staff had for me, the Bears, I'd say B minus. You got something for Justin Fields. You actually got him something. That O-line does need to be fixed, but you can fix that with draft and free agency.
My dead great grandmother could be something for the fucking Bears better than Chase Claypool. Are you kidding me?
Point taken. But what Chase Claypool needs to fix is the 50-50s. He doesn't. He has a big body, but he's not fighting for it when he was on the Steelers. I don't know, just because Mike Tomlin doesn't, because Matt Canada doesn't know what the fuck to do as offense coordinator. Is it Mike Tomlin? I don't know. Steelers, I'm saying at least a B plus. You got a second round pick and also Chase Claypool is still young. Also, there's that. So you still have time. But Steelers got B plus. You got at least a second round pick out of it. So yeah.
For the Steelers, they got a good pick out of it. But here's the thing: he's still young. He's like you said, big bodied. He could turn things around easily. And then with this new staffing, I mean, now it's making it sound like, okay, Justin Fields is the guy. Let's get him a weapon. Let's get him some help, and let's do something for this season. Try to finish off maybe 500.
I honestly would say Robbie Anderson's a better wide receiver than Chase Claypool. I don't understand.
No, I don't.
Robbie Anderson can catch the football and doesn't celebrate when there's 30 seconds left in the game in the middle of the field. This is not this. No, mark my words. This is going to crash and burn. This guy's ego is going to take over.
I don't think so.
He's going to be talking a bunch of shit. He's going to be getting in trouble in the locker room, and this is going to be a shit deal. This guy has stones for hands, clogs for feet, can jump really high but can't catch the fucking ball. This is a horrible trade for the fucking Bears. You're wasting picks when you're supposed to be building on this washed up piece of junk from Pittsburgh.
The Bears have 8 picks. in this upcoming
Then
draft.
why spend them on somebody that Bill Belichick could probably go and find a better guy bagging groceries at Kmart?
You don't. Okay.
Retired Wes Welker is better than him. Retired Terrell Owens is better than him. I am tired of people saying Chase Claypool is good. He can't even outrun Trey Flowers. He's in the AFC North. No, he's not. He's played 3 fucking years. God damn it.
Young, he can figure it out, all right?
No,
I think
he's
it's
not
an okay
good.
trade.
Amon-Ra St. Brown is 3
hold on.
times as good as he will ever be. Holy shit.
Okay, St. okay, you said 3 times.
No, I don't think St. Brown's that good, if I'm honest.
Then Chase Claypool?
Wait, which St. Brown? Which one?
Both of
Detroit
them.
St. Brown.
Both of them.
Never mind, yeah.
Who's that? Okay,
I would take Marvin Jones Jr. right now at the age of 36 or whatever over this fucker, okay? He is a locker room cancer. There's a reason he got sent out of Pittsburgh already as young as he is. And he's been jawing his mouth talking about how he's a good receiver, and he has absolutely zero fucking bum, nickel, donut, dollar, nothing butt kiss to back it up.
We'll see. We'll see.
Pittsburgh's weird on their cancers on the team. So I
Le'Veon
don't
Bell,
know.
Antonio Brown, Chase Claypool, Hines Ward.
I mean, Claypool.
Yeah, but they try to suck
thrives
it.
in the deep ball.
But Pittsburgh
guess who
actually
can
did
throw
try
the
to.
deep ball? Justin Fields can throw the deep ball pretty well.
You can't throw the deep ball if no one's blocking, Mamba.
Okay, that's true. That's true.
I'm sorry. I'm a Bengals fan. I know that.
But I'm thinking for Chase Claypool isn't a now, but a later. So they could get someone in the draft and free agency. All right, so the next trade.
Let's move on before I fucking throw a monitor out a window. Holy shit! All right.
This is a wait. Oh, you're going to Bradley. Oh, that's right, Bradley Chubb.
Bradley Chubb being dealt from the Denver Broncos, despite them winning in London against the Jags, to the Miami Dolphins. Masson with the details.
Broncos trading Bradley Chubb and a 2025 fifth-round pick to the Dolphins. Dolphins trading a 2023 first-round pick, a 2024 fourth-round pick, and Chase Edmonds, the running back Chase Edmonds. Dolphins, A-. You got a defensive guy.
Yeah, you already have Raheem Mostert at running back, so you're not going to be using that second running back as well. You're getting picks back for it, and you're also getting an edge rusher, which they don't really have. Their defense has a good secondary, but they don't have a ton of edge rushers, and their offense is cooking. They just need to bolster that defense. So Chubb could add a lot of pressures that could equal interceptions. That can mean better games because they still have the two of the highest receiving wide receivers in the league. So their offense is clicking. They just need their defense to start clicking back.
Surprise! Broncos got a first round.
Yeah. Again, it's good for the Broncos because they also got a running back when they lost Melvin in the third.
And also Bradley Chubb is 26. He's still young.
Yeah.
He was a first round pick by the Broncos too. So I to me, Dolphins is A-. Broncos a B+. You gave up Bradley Chubb, but you still got some stuff back. Chase Edmonds can actually help out on that offense.
This is a very balanced trade, good for both sides. I think it's a very good trade.
I agree with that.
Interesting trade coming up. The champion gambler, Calvin Ridley, being traded to the Jacksonville Jaguars from the Atlanta Falcons. And the irony about this is the game that Calvin Ridley got in trouble for betting was for the Falcons to beat the Jaguars. Can you smell the irony? Anyway, Maston with the full details.
So Falcons trading Calvin Ridley, Jaguars trading draft capital that could be worth as a fifth-round pick in 2023 and a second-round pick in 2024. That fifth-round pick can be, I think, changed, or is it just? I think it's just staying as fifth round in 2023. I don't know. I have a lot of opinions on the Calvin Ridley suspension that I don't want to feel like talking about now because I'll go on a fucking rant. Sorry,
I'm from Cincinnati, the home of Pete Rose, so I get you.
He's suspended right now, and they got a conditional second-round pick, the Falcons?
It's either conditional or just staying a fifth-round pick. To me, I will go on a rant about Calvin Ridley, as in the NFL being fucking stupid. I don't want to go into that. I actually don't know how I would grade this.
It's a future.
very
It's a
random.
future trade. Calvin Ridley's good, and the Jaguars need receiver options for Trevor Lawrence if he stops throwing to the defense. But I think this is a good option. But it's a very future trade, so I'd give it a solid B. I think on both sides. So I mean, the Falcons are getting picks, which they're rebuilding. They're good. It could be a second or a fifth, so that's a B. You don't know. And the Jaguars don't know. They don't know if Calvin Ridley's going to be good or if he's going to be bad because he doesn't come into play until next season, which is dumb that he got spent the whole season. Deshaun Watson got suspended like fucking.
And also NFL hates betting, but yet NFL is like, you can't bet, but we gotta put fucking betting ads. Fucking bullshit. Piece of shits right there.
All right.
If you want to say something, Mamba, go ahead.
I think you pretty much nailed it there.
Yeah.
I think we'll end it on that one. Last one, though.
Roger Goodell. We take betting seriously. Cut to commercial. DraftKings Sportsbook. Oh, my God. So, yeah, it's either all okay or it's not okay. So, let's...
Well, for me, I just don't... I don't care if people bet. They just don't tell me what to do.
Yeah. Final trade.
Still on match fixing.
Naheem Hines was traded to the Bills. Again, I thought the Bills were going to go for a better option. I thought they were going to get Christian McCaffrey, but the Niners jumped on that. And I heard the Bills were offering stuff for Alvin Kamara, but again, you're going to have to offer an arm, a leg, a torso, a Chevy Corolla, or a Chevy Malibu, and a fucking Toyota Corolla to get Alvin Kamara out of New Orleans. So
make it a Corvette at that point.
Yeah, a fucking Tesla.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
And here, the Colts trading Naheem Hines to the Bills. Bills trading a conditional 5th round pick and Zach Moss.
The Bills gave up not much for a player that's pretty good. I would say B+ for them.
A- for me for the Bills.
I'd say Bills is a B+. It's pretty decent. It's not no Christian McCaffrey, but it'll help. Who is it? Devin Singletary?
Yep.
Yeah. Devin Singletary and Naheem Hines can make a good rotation. I still thought they were going to get a bigger name.
Yeah.
Maybe a Zeke, maybe a Alvin Kamara.
I mean, they probably don't need to, though.
Adrian Peterson is still in free agency. Look, he's good for 100-yard run. One 100-yard run. Now? Come on.
He's been out for a couple years.
Holy
All right.
shit.
Colts, I think this is not a bad trade. Like, as you said, there was not good. Like, if the Bills want Colts. If the Bills wanted Kareem Hunt or Christian McCaffrey, they had to give up a lot, and I don't think they had a lot to give up. They couldn't give up a lot. What could they? And they're in a win now mode, and Naheem Hines could
just give up the picks. I don't know why they're holding on to them. You're not going to get any insane talent, I don't think, with your picks, because you're going to be finishing in the AFC Divisional Championship game, or you're going to be finishing in the Super Bowl. So, like, they need to get rid of these picks and do something with them, and they're not. I mean, like, even Kareem Hunt would be insane on the Bills. You would have to it would force teams to play the run, and then you would have Stephon Diggs and Dawson Knox just streaking up the field, and Josh Allen could throw 90 yards with a flick of the wrist. But yet the Bills' biggest shortcoming in the offensive game is that Josh fucking Allen is their leading rusher.
Yeah.
So why do you not go? I don't understand it. Why do you not go and you get a running back that can just do something? Why don't you try for Christian McCaffrey? Why don't you try for a Kareem Hunt? Like, if they had Kareem Hunt, a guy that can run through a motherfucker's face, they would have to play the run. Defenses would have to respect the run. And that could open up so much for your offense. But no, they're going to sit and just play Madden and throw the ball 90% of the time, which is so dumb.
Oh, it's working for them.
I mean, it's working right now, but the second you meet a really good secondary that can shut you down and throw you weird looks, it's Jover. It's just fucking Jover.
I mean, do they play the Cowboys at all?
No.
This season?
No.
That would be an ultimate test because the Cowboys' defense is...
Or the Eagles' defense, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they play the...
Again, if the Eagles and Bills play in the Super Bowl, the United States of America is going to burn to the ground. The whole thing. Every folding table will be smashed. Every folding table will be smashed. Every car will be flipped. Every toilet will be blown up. Like,
let's have the thrash metal band Municipal Waste play Art of Partying. Let's have it go. Okay.
Yeah. I just want to see at Heinz Field, wherever they call it now, all the Eagles fans and all the Bills fans just like a mosh pit of just give them all wooden sticks and just see what happens.
It won't be at Heinz Field. It's going to be in Souther Stadium or Dome. There was one more trade that I saw that is actually interesting. William Jackson III to the Steelers. I can't remember what they give up. That's a nice pickup for the Steelers for a cornerback. That's not bad and still young.
And their defense is looking still pretty solid, even though I thought they would deal Cameron Hayward. But, I mean, he's such a big name in Pittsburgh. I don't know if you can. But he's also getting older. But, yeah, good on them for their defense. But, yeah, we're already 35 minutes into this. And we haven't even talked about the week before. So let's roll right into it. Starting out with the Thursday night game. Ravens, Bucks. Oh, shoot.
You're in it to shit again.
I don't know what happened.
What the hell?
What the hell, Bobby?
Emotional damage.
All right, Baltimore Ravens winning 27-22 at Tampa on Thursday night. Lamar Jackson having a good game, 27 for 38 for 238 yards with 2 TDs, taking 3 sacks. However, Brady 26 for 44, 325 yards, 7.4 average, 1 TD, taking 3 sacks. This is the thing that impressed me about Brady. He constantly gets insane amount of passing yards, probably because their run game right now is rough. But at the same time, he's consistently getting these amount of yards, which is incredible. But again, he couldn't pull up the win. The running game for both were both pretty lackluster. Gus Edwards has 65 yards, Kenny Drake for 62, Lamar Jackson 43 for the Ravens, and Leonard Fournette 24, the leader for the Bucks. Again, the Bucks running game needs some help bad. I don't know if it's just Leonard Fournette's only good in the playoffs, but Brady did not look like himself. I think everyone can kind of contribute that to some of the off the field stuff. Off the field stuff. Off the field stuff. Off the field stuff that he's been dealing with. Obviously, going through a divorce as a guy that seems to value his family quite highly, but also loves the game of football and has come to an impasse that has sadly ended his relationship with his wife. So that is probably affecting him, and from this score is most likely affecting him because this Tampa Bay defense seems still to be pretty good, but they can't get the job done in hour 3 and 5.
Yikes. Yeah. Atlanta's fucking winning the NFC.
The fucking NFC North. Yeah, Atlanta's winning at 4-4.
South.
But you go ahead, Mamba.
Yeah, I mean, what's happening with the Buccaneers? I don't understand. Their offense is clicking. It's just
not
the
really.
Defense isn't.
They're getting a bunch of drives that don't go far enough. Just like a bunch of drives are just like, oh, you got like 35 yards or 40 yards.
I mean, Brady threw for 325. I guess, yeah, their run game's not running at all.
Yeah.
It's just Brady throwing. Yeah, I guess the offense is very one-dimensional.
The biggest issue, I think, here is this guy. I don't know what you expected from Kyle Rudolph, but it definitely wasn't a fucking solid donut. 0 receptions, 0 yards, 0 average, 0 TDs, 0 long, 1 target. You don't want him to be, obviously you didn't expect him to be Gronk, but at the same time, this sucks.
Yeah.
This is underperforming. Julio still's 100%, but he'll be good, I think, if he keeps picking it up. Mike Evans, as always, honestly, probably at this point is starting to solidify himself as like Brady's best receiver of all time. He's just been so consistent and so underappreciated, and besides that one drop against the Panthers last week has been solid. Chris Godwin looked good, but like there's just a ton of just like lapses and not long enough drives and issues that just are stopping them from doing.
I still think it's the injured offensive line that doesn't help. That's why the run game's not that good. The rough O-line is just so injured. They have to get random people. I think most of that, because they had one person retire and they still have 2 people out.
Yeah, someone retired.
And that's the... Well, no, because he was like almost 40. He was almost 40.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
This was played until he was 40 and was the best left tackle in the league that year almost. Well, not Trent Williams, but it was close to top 5.
Yeah, but it's a Bucs O-line and their defense is still good. It's just how can you hold when you can't have sustained drives? You have to come out like every time. The first half was just nothing for everybody. Baltimore didn't even have a run. They didn't even choose to run for most of the time until the second half. That's why the rushing yards is not that big.
Baltimore literally runs a college offense. Just that's how good Lamar is. It's such a weird pistol gun offset style ace right, like it is.
But they didn't have that much rushing in the first half because they're like, oh, their rushing defense is so good. Yeah, but if you're able to wear it down, especially if they had to come onto the field so many times.
I kid you not. The scariest thing in that game was looking at the D line every time the Bucs were on defense and watching Vita Vea. A man that is that heavy and that tall should not be able to move like a fucking Siamese cat. But holy shit, Vita Vea is a freak of nature. If you have a chance, you need to watch some film on Vita Vea because that guy is disgusting. I don't understand how that massive bowling ball of a human can roll downhill and cut. He chased after Lamar and nearly caught him.
Yeah.
Look at the standings now that we're getting further into the season. Baltimore is leading the AFC North with a 5-3 record. Tampa Bay is in second behind Atlanta in the NFC South with a 3-5 record to Atlanta's 4-4, even though the Buccaneers have beat them in their one meeting. All right, moving on from Thursday night's game to the Sunday 1 o'clock games. First one, actually.
Well, no, 9 a.m.
The 9 a.m. game over in London. Pip, pip, cheerio. What the?
At least it wasn't prime time.
Oh, snap.
Restart Chrome.
Wait, go back. Just restart your Chrome. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
There we go.
I don't know. Something's going on. Something's going on.
This game.
Russell Wilson, 18 for 30 for 252 yards, 8.4 average, 1 TD, 1 interception, 3 sacks. Coming up to win 21-17 against Jacksonville in London. Trevor Lawrence looked even worse, 18 for 31, 133 yards, 1 TD, 2 interceptions, 2 sacks.
Jesus
the rush game,
Christ.
The rush game, however, for Jacksonville, Travis Etienne Jr., Etienne, sorry, I keep getting that wrong. Etienne Jr., 24 carries, 156 yards for 6.5 average with 1 TD. Insane performance by him to really carry the rushing attack. 156 out of 191 total rushing yards, while the highest rusher for the Broncos was Latavius Murray with 101. Then the passing game, Greg Dulcich was leading for the Broncos, 87 yards. Jerry Jeudy behind him with 63, and KJ Hamler with 52 for Jacksonville, 55 for Evan Ingram, 40 for Christian Kirks, and 28 for Zay Jones. It was not a great game because both teams looked just bad, especially the quarterbacks, but Russell Wilson looked less bad than Trevor Lawrence.
I mean, it seems like Wilson, the only thing he could cook is Jaguars. He just needs a little bit more spice on there, you know.
If he cooked a Jaguar, he basically skinned it, threw it on a rotisserie for 2 seconds, took it off, and covered it in, like, Skyline chili. That's it. Like...
Yeah,
we're seeing why Doug
raw.
We're seeing why Doug Pearson got fired from Philly too. There was some play calls of what the fuck were you thinking?
Yeah, there needs to be a coaching change in Denver. Bad.
Get Trevor Lawrence a proper coach. Goddamn. I mean, I guess you could say Doug Pearson is somewhat proper, but like the man, he just looks lost.
Trade Trevor Lawrence for Mac Jones. I mean, it's too late. Trade Trevor Lawrence for Mac Jones or Bailey Zappi.
Belichick would have fun actually with that.
Belichick would have fun.
Maybe.
Trevor Lawrence always looks like Brady that one year he grew his hair out anyway.
This game was weird. There was some big plays by Denver.
I mean, London has to see these two trash cans of a team battle it out. Of course, it's like a meh game.
I don't want to cover this much anymore. I don't want to watch Broncos football in my life. Holy moly!
I agree with you.
Let's get out of here.
Manning. This game.
Oh my goodness!
Why was this funny as fuck?
XFL champion PJ Walker for the Carolina Panthers.
Are you sorry,
I will restart my.
All these kicks going to the field goal is just hooking left. Everything's hooking.
Hold on. Let me do a DJ Moore.
Oh yeah. throw the fucking headset off.
That was a
Jeez.
game-winning extra point.
Bro.
I don't know why.
Honestly, oh my god. I mean, yeah, the whole thing with DJ Moore had a great game, by the way. I mean, Lob's trying to fix his thing, but he had
Yep, there we go.
6 receptions, 152 yards, averaging 25.3 and 1 touchdown, which was the one where he smacked his fucking, I didn't know that was actually like
The play
It
is
is.
over. The
Yes.
play is over. You should like be allowed to celebrate. You are allowed to
No, no,
yeah,
celebrate.
come on. That was the most
that was
amazing
always
thing ever.
that's always been a rule for a while. You cannot take your helmet off in the field of play unless it's an injury or
the field of play is done. at that
Stephon
point.
Diggs
Come
caught the
on.
Minneapolis Miracle and immediately ripped his helmet off and threw it because the game was over.
yeah,
Okay,
the game was
fair.
over.
Yeah, that's true.
The game was over. They didn't need to catch. They didn't need to do an extra point. They can kneel down the extra point, and there you go. The game over. No, this one, oh my god, this was hilarious.
Look at the
so
stats. Look at PJ Walker, former XFL MVP, 19 for 36, 317, 1 TD, 1 interception. Insane. Like he almost had a Brady-like game, at least with the amount of passing yards.
Who's their
Dante-
kicker? Eddie Pinheiro.
Pinheiro.
Wait, did the Bears? Oh yeah, the Bears did have him. I forgot. This motherfucker, dude. No wonder fucking Carolina missed. It's a Chicago kicker.
That's why you gotta have a good kicker. Again, Young Ho Koo is a
Young Way. Yes, young
Youngway.
young way. Yeah,
No,
he is.
Deontay Foreman went off too. That man's a bowling ball.
Bro, if people were listening last episode, I was debating if I'd pick up Dante Foreman. Holy shit, was he a good pickup?
Yeah,
Holy
I did.
shit.
26
I
carries,
still
118 yards, a 4.5 average, and 3 touchdowns with a long of 16 yards.
Yeah.
Insane.
I picked up Deontay Foreman. I picked up Deontay Foreman, but I still lost because my opponent had AJ Brown and Alvin Kamara.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
And Josh Allen.
Atlanta Falcons win this game in overtime. But the biggest issue with this coming down to the wire was the Carolina Panthers would have won the game if the pass caught by DJ Moore was not called back for excessive celebration, as we were talking about ripping his helmet off. So Falcons end up pulling this one away, 37-34 at home.
I mean,
again,
fair,
a hard
but
fought victory.
Here's the thing: you can't have your kicker missing 2 of the most important game-winning kicks of your career, essentially. You can't let that happen. This is like, I know people are gonna deflect on DJ Moore and be like, "Oh, why'd you throw your helmet?" But come on, your kicker can't be doing that shit like twice. Come on.
Oh, that was hilarious. I'm sorry. I have to laugh about that. That was fucking funny.
I was, man, if that was a double doink, I would have fucking laughed my ass off. Speaking of double doinks,
Wait,
we
is
got
that
the
the
Bears
next game?
next. Yep.
Really?
Yeah, we got the
Are you
Bears
sure?
next.
Oh, yeah.
Bears, Cowboys, yep. So,
Bro.
I don't understand why this is doing this.
Try using Edge.
I'm not
Try using it.
Edge.
Just do it for now, my guy.
Okay, hold on. Hold on.
All right, I'll start it off though for the listeners. Let's see here. So yeah, the Bears thunk. They fucking got slaughtered by the Cowboys, 49-29. Dak had a pretty good game, but again, Bears defense is ass. 21 for 27, 250 yards, 9.3 average with 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Why would you throw a pick to the Bears defense? I don't know. And just overall a good game from them. Tony Pollard had a real good rushing game. So 14 carries, 131 yards, 9.4 average, 3 touchdown. What else? CeeDee Lamb and Dalton Schultz had decent games, 77 and 74 yards, respectively. And then from the Bears side, with the Bears offense, it seems like it's just a running offense now. You got Khalil Herbert running for almost 100 yards, 16 carries. Justin Fields using his legs, 8 carries for 60 yards. Montgomery, 15 carries for 53 yards, which for some reason I think it feels like to me Khalil Herbert is the better running back for the Bears. and David Montgomery's the second option. That's how I'm feeling right now with this. And Justin Fields didn't make any mistakes. I mean, he's been pretty solid. Not a lot of throwing, but
he could have had one pick six, but he got called back for roughing the passer. And it was a correct call. Like in my eyes, it did look like a correct call of roughing the passer.
Yeah. I mean, now since you have Claypool, you're going to be able to throw the ball more. Because, I mean, with the Bears, they were looking kind of one-dimensional. They're just running and scrambling all over the place. But Justin Fields not making any mistakes. I mean, it seems like he's the guy. I mean, he's been growing really well.
You don't have anybody else. He has to be.
I mean, we have 120 million next season. We could go shopping too. So
yeah, but you seeing improvement with Justin Fields, a wide receiver, probably. There's going to be wide receivers in the free agency and draft.
That's true.
Justin Fields has improved, and Eberflus, an offensive coordinator, is making good plays for them. You had David Montgomery give up that fumble, which Justin Fields should have touched. Should have touched Stephon Diggs.
I know. We won't talk about that, right?
Yeah, your defense got scorched though. That was
we're selling the defense, buying the offense at this
250 yards for Dak Prescott, 131 for Tony Pollard, and 77 for CeeDee Lamb. Yeah. So Dallas Cowboys end up winning by 20, 49-29 in Jerry World.
Good old Jerry World.
Good old Jerry World. Dolphins Lions.
Which one's that?
Alrighty.
That was another
Dolphins and
one.
Lions in Miami or in Detroit, I should say.
Detroit.
The Dolphins winning 31-27. Tua Tagovailoa 29 for 36 for 382 yards with a 10.6 average and 3 touchdowns, only taking 2 sacks. Jared Goff 27 for 37, 321 yards and 1 TD, 1 sack, and no interceptions. A very pass-heavy game. The highest rusher for Miami was Raheem Mostert with 64, and for Detroit, Jamal Williams with 53. Another reason why this TJ Hawkinson trade doesn't really make sense to me is that he was their leading receiver with 80 yards. And Miami had 180 yards for Tyreek Hill, 106 yards for Jalen Waddle, and 38 for Mike Gesicki. This Miami offense is insane. Their defense is just ass. Just
Miami's
bad.
Or Detroit's? I mean, both sides are bad.
Both, but I would honestly probably take Detroit's defense over Miami's at this point. Because
Miami just upgraded, so we might be okay.
Well, okay,
there.
Now when you upgrade it, yes. I mean, they have Xavier Howard and Bradley Chubb, and yeah,
fair.
Yeah,
but,
so
I mean,
they got to do something.
To be honest, this league is very offensive heavy, and then you just have like a decent defense, and you should be okay.
I mean, tell that
you
to Tom
should
Brady.
Still be winning.
Okay, well, they can't even score points, right? They can't score points right now. Detroit and Miami can score points. Tua is getting back to be healthy. He's throwing dimes. And if people be like, oh, he underthrew Tyreek Hill. No, it's not he underthrew Tyreek Hill. It's that Tyreek Hill overruns every passes because it's how fast he is.
Yes, he's insanely fast. But, yeah. Amon-Ra St. Brown back as well. 69 yards, 7 catches for him. DeAndre Swift, 5 for 27. Your receptions and yards. Just Detroit's struggling. They got to do something. I'm worried HEDC is going to get fired, and I don't want to see that. But, again, Miami winning 31-27 in Detroit.
They're still keeping with Dan Campbell. They fired their defensive coordinator because there was some stuff where the defense was getting plays that they never ran in practice, apparently, from the defensive coordinator or the cornerbacks coach, one of those. And they fired that person. Yeah, it was weird. To me, this is Tua showing because Miami was down 21-7 or 21-0 in like the second quarter. Tua was coming back. So it's like Tua can do something, and especially with the weapons he has. When he's healthy, he's good.
When his brain's not Play-Doh, yeah, he's good.
I mean, they're trying to keep up with the Bills, and the Bills are just insane. So it's like Miami's not bad.
I feel like they're gonna make it to the playoffs because
they will. They will.
New York is tied with them right now in the AFC East, and New York they're declining to me because you lost Breece Hall. Like that was their weapon. All right, we should move on though.
Yep, we're moving on to the Call of Duty Fallout, basically. Arizona Cardinals losing 26-34 against the Vikings at home. Vikings improved to 6-1. Cardinals dropped to 3-5. Kyler Murray, 31 for 44, 326 yards, 3 TDs, 2 interceptions, 4 sacks. Kirk Cousins, 24 for 36, 232 yards, 6.4 average, 2 TDs, 3 sacks. Rushing game was bad for Arizona. Kyler Murray had the most with 36 yards, while Minnesota popped off with Dalvin Cook having 111 yards on 20 carries. Receiving, DeAndre Hopkins was all over this one. 159 yards and 12 receptions with 1 touchdown as the Arizona's leading receiver. Justin
One-handed catch.
Yeah, that one-handed catch was insane. Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen leading for the Minnesota Vikings with 98 and 67 yards, respectively. Minnesota had the overall better offensive attack. They could get the run going, which really set up the pass. Minnesota just really dominated this game, really caused Kyler to make a lot of key mistakes, and even made fun of him for it. They had a celebration where they got a pick, ran down the other end zone, and pretended to play video games. So this whole Call of Duty thing is in the mainstream. I bet you the Cardinals know about it, and I bet you there's someone tapping Kyler's fucking systems to see when he's fucking playing.
Did you see Patrick Peterson's quote?
I did.
Yeah, I don't play Call of Duty. I'm not a gamer. Yeah.
Oh my god.
See,
Call of Duty's not even a real fucking game. Fuck Call of Duty.
To be honest, they're not using Inouye Benjamin, or I forgot. There's someone who's injured. That's their main running back. Forget who.
Oh yeah, I remember. He is like.
Oh, James Conner. James Conner.
James Conner.
James Conner's hurt. He's hurt. He's mainly the goal line 1 yard, needing a 1 yard line.
So I mean, I don't know. Their offense is so one dimensional. They're just. I mean, you can't throw 44 times and not be running the ball that much.
Yeah.
It's very one dimensional. I mean, DeAndre Hopkins fucking trying to glue this team together with his sticky hands, but holy shit, he can't do
it. Overcoming the Cardinals defense is not easy. Buda Baker and Isaiah Simmons are a menace in the secondary, and yet Kirk Cousins was able to shine and rise to the occasion. Now, if only
what's actually crazy is Rondale Moore is a second option right now. From if you look at the targets,
because Marquise Brown is also hurt.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I got it.
I'm glad to see Dalvin Cook. I'm glad to see Dalvin Cook healthy. He is.
He's insane to watch.
So shifty. Very good. Yeah.
So shifty.
And he's still big to run over people, so he's not small either.
Yeah,
Minnesota, they got a good running game. Their passing game's still pretty good. I mean, you got Justin Jefferson. You now
Adam Thielen.
You got TJ Hawkinson now. Like Kirk Cousins.
And Dalvin Cook on the backfield, who is a good double option back.
Don't put Kirk Cousins on a Monday, but any other day.
Prime time. Do not put him in prime time. That's what it is.
Fair,
Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night, eventually Saturday night. Don't put him on any of those, but otherwise, go ahead for it. And Kirk Cousins can get the job done. Better than Jimmy Garoppolo in my mind.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I'll admit that one.
Alrighty, now let's go ahead and move on to the next game.
Raiders Saints.
If you're a Raiders fan, it is time to fucking panic. Holy.
Fire Josh McDaniels. Yeah. Fucking fire Josh McDaniels. Why did you pick him up as a coach? Everybody said no, he's not a good head coach. Why the fuck? Fucking Mark Davis.
Derek Carr going out. Let's start off with this. New Orleans Saints blanking the Las Vegas Raiders 24-0 at home in the Superdome. Derek Carr throwing 15 for 26, only 26 passing attempts, 101 yards. Abysmal for an NFL quarterback of this era. 3.9 yard average, 1 interception, 3 sacks. And his backup, Jarrett Stidham, even coming in to throw 18 attempts, only completing 8 for 72 yards. Andy Dalton, on the other hand, 22 for 30, 229, 7.6 yards, taking no sacks, throwing no interceptions, and getting 2 touchdowns. Taysom Hill also had a pass in the game as well, 1 for 1 for 2 yards. Josh Jacobs was the only positive rushing player for the Raiders. 43 yards and 10 carries. Derek Carr, Devontae Adams, and Matthew Farley all had negative yards, equating for a 38-yard rushing total for the Raiders. The New Orleans rush game was pretty good. Taysom Hill had 61 yards, and Alvin Kamara had 63. Not really that insane. However, Alvin Kamara also had 96 yards receiving on 9 receptions. Chris Olave following up with 52 yards on 5 receptions, and the receiving column was bad. Devontae Adams, 1 reception, 3 yards, 3-yard average only, and 5 targets.
That's it.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
Grass isn't always greener on our side, Devontae.
You spent so much money for only 5 targets?
2 words. Marshawn Lattimore.
Ah, fair. Okay.
Partly.
A lot of people.
Also 2 words. Josh McDaniels.
Also 2 words. Tyrann Mathieu. The Saints defense is good, and they were able to really stick it to Devontae Adams, even Hunter Renfrow, who only had 1 reception himself, and make the top receiver for the Raiders, Mac Hollins.
Yeah.
No. You know why I know about Matt Collins? Guess what, Raiders? You traded your draft pick for to the Eagles, and we gave away Matt Collins.
We probably don't need to spend too much time on this. Raiders suck ass, and Alvin Kamara is a god immense all man.
Yeah, Devontae Adams is kicking himself right now because he could probably be in Green Bay catching fucking like 20 passes a game at this point.
Yeah. Guess when the Raiders actually got past the half field. 3 minutes left in the 4th quarter. No, that's the actual stat. They did not go past half field until 3 minutes left in the 4th quarter.
Raiders got to do something. Massa got to walk away from this bullshit. Again, you get blanked in modern day NFL, something's wrong. All right, Patriots-Jets. Bill Belichick officially owns the Jets. The Patriots playing in East Rutherford, New Jersey, winning 22-17 against the Jets. Mac Jones being the starting quarterback, winning the game 24 for 35, 194, 1 touchdown, 1 reception, but 6 sacks. Zach Wilson 20 for 41, not great. 355 yards, which is better. An 8.7 average, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, taking 2 sacks. A really bad completion percentage for Zach Wilson, but again, 355 yards is a lot.
Bro, but 3 interceptions also a lot, and he was making way too many mistakes. I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
He's still young, and he's still trying to figure it out, but he needs to get it going pretty soon because now he's the option after Breece Hall went down. Their rush game is suffering. Michael Carter, their leading rusher for New York, only 26 yards, while Ramondre Stevenson for the Patriots had 71 yards. Damon Harris had 37, both rushing for more than the top rusher for New York. Passing yards, again, top list again, Ramondre Stevenson, 72 yards, and Jacoby Myers, 60 for the Patriots. For the New York Jets, 115 for Garrett Wilson, 79 for Taylor Conklin, and 76 for Denzel Maines. Not insane by them, except for Garrett Wilson, but the Jets are struggling now because of Breece Hall's departure. He really balanced their offense and didn't throw all of his pressure on Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson can, you give him 30 attempts, maybe 25, he's going to do good. You give him 41, oh shit. You're in for a fucking Mormon surprise. But there's a lot of things that the New York Jets didn't want, and one of them was an injury to their best rookie. That's going to derail them, and I think it's going to send them stumbling into a spiral. Sadly, though, I love when New York football is good. I love when the Giants and Jets are good. So I hope it's not the case. But a big start out for the Patriots. The pickup, Jabril Peppers, eventually that was on the Giants, is now looking great for them, really solidifying that New England defense, really thriving there as well, playing that safety position. And I believe also Matthew Judon still looking good as a edge rusher for the Patriots as well. But not much to talk about. Belichick doing Belichick things, making the Jets feel like a college football team.
Yeah, I think the one thing that guys put the momentum to the Patriots, the pick 6 that got called back for roughing the passer.
Yeah.
I have to say that was roughing the passer. Personally, I think that was just how he went. If he would have slowed down, I think it would not have been called. But he still went all right, I saw you throw it. I'm gonna go full on to you. So I don't know.
Moving on, the Battle of Philadelphia. Pittsburgh
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. God, why do I say Philadelphia? Because it's basically Philadelphia now after this. Because Pittsburgh football's in the shitter. Pittsburgh loses 13-35. Always a great day when Pittsburgh loses a game. Philadelphia winning at home, now improving to the only undefeated team, 7-0, and now they are on a definite roll. The Steelers Didn't have a great day. Kenny Pickett, 25 for 38, 191, one interception, no touchdowns. Jalen Hurts, 19 for 28 for 285 yards and a 10.2 average with 4 touchdowns. And a Gardner Minshew appearance. Gardner Minshew out there throwing 50%,
Minshew,
1 for 2.
baby.
Oh, my God. He's back. I want to talk about the rushing stats here because Najee Harris had 32 yards. Both Kenny Pickett and Jalen Warren were above him. There are multiple plays where I saw Najee Harris catch the ball, do a game of fucking twister, and just dance, and then walk forward. There were so many plays where he could have had 3 yards and he gained 0 because he was high stepping in the backfield. I don't know what's going on. He looked so good last year, and now he looks like hot garbage. But that's got to change if Steelers want to do anything. They're also their top. Their top receiver option was Pat Fryer with 57 yards. Chase Claypool, who's now, as we talked before, a Bear, 45 yards and 4 receptions. And Deontay Johnson, 5 receptions for 35 yards. And to no one's surprise, Batman going off. A.J. Brown, 6 receptions for 156 yards, torching the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, which is still a pretty good defense. So hats off to the Eagles. Their offense is definitely clicking, and their defense looks great. They're sitting at the top of the NFC East with a 7-0 record, and Pittsburgh is in the fucking gutter in the hood. And at the bottom of the AFC North, 2-6, right below Cleveland, who's 3-5.
What's the likeliness that the Eagles may go undefeated completely?
Who are they playing?
So only teams I can see.
Texans, then.
So let's look at this. Texans, I think we're all in agreement. That's if they don't shit the bucket, that's a win. Commanders, win. Colts, win. Packers, win. Titans,
win.
That a little bit less of an instant they're winning. But if they stop the run, which they have the interior D lineman, plus now they added an edge rusher and Raquan Smith.
Robert Quinn. Robert Quinn.
They're going to do great against Derrick Henry. If you start Derrick Henry, you win. Giants, that will be rough.
That's the 50-50.
So that's the 50-50 game. So if they lose a game, it's right here. Bears, sorry about it, win. Cowboys, they beat them before, they can beat them again. Saints, if they just show up.
They have Dak back. That's the thing, though. They have Dak back. I'm not going to call that count as a win just yet.
So the hardest games that I can see thus far are Titans.
It's Giants and Cowboy.
So
it's Giants and Cowboys.
Giants. Titans should be okay. I think it's not easy.
Just stop
but it
Derrick
should be
Henry.
Terrible. Yeah, stop Derrick Henry, you win the game. Ryan Tannehill can't do jack shit. Giants, that's gonna be a tough game. Cowboys, probably a tough game. Saints, if you can beat their defense, you'll probably win because I don't know if Andy Dalton's gonna be able to really compete with that Eagles defense. And then the Giants again. So 2 meetings with the Giants. We'll see what's going on with them because, again, Evan Neal's now out, who was their star on the O-line, which is a big hit because he's also a left tackle. And then the Cowboys now with Dak. Those are going to be their hardest games. And those are all conference games. So
division games.
That's what I meant, division games, yes. So theoretically, Philadelphia could lose the division still. They dropped 2 games to the Giants. And the Giants stay that good. Philadelphia could be a wild card team.
Yep. My thing is, if they lock up the first seed by the time they beat the Giants, then they don't care the rest of the way. Like if they lock up the first seed by the Giants somehow.
But if you're undefeated in this week at New York and you have 4 more games, Roger Goodell's gonna call and say you're gonna fucking play these games, bitch, and hang up the phone. Like you're not gonna throw these games. If you have a chance to have the 3rd ever perfect regular season record and possibly a shot at the 2nd ever perfect record in a season, you're not going to fucking toss that up. You're not going to waste that opportunity. You're going to go out there and you're going to play. Yeah. And also, their competition is hardest these last 3 weeks, too. So that'll really prepare them for the playoffs. If they stay healthy and God forbid they don't get injured, they should do well.
That's my worry is injuries. That's always been my worry.
If this is if any year is a year for Philadelphia to go undefeated, it's this year. But good Lord, the Philadelphia infrastructure, if the Phillies win the World Series and then the Philadelphia Eagles go undefeated, and if they win the Super Bowl, holy shit, don't go into – you can't get a cheesesteak for days.
Well, right now it does look like it's going to go to a Game 6. Houston's winning in the top of the 9th, 5-0 right now. It's 2-1 Philly right now. So if Houston wins, it's 2-2.
Yep.
And then one more home game for Phillies, and then it's away at Houston for Game 6 and 7. But I have to say this: AJ Brown got randomly selected for a drug test after the game.
Yeah.
So I'm like, don't check him for drug tests, check him for his age, because I don't think he's 12 against that Steelers secondary.
I mean, they also had tough games already in the season. That early game against the Lions, when the Lions were out running, that was a tough one. They still won that. They beat the Vikings, they beat the Cardinals, and they beat the Cowboys, even with Cooper Rush, who was him for a while. So they've had some challenges thus far. They are not as easy 7-0, but they do have a schedule that's coming up. These next 4 games they can't take lightly, and they should go out and they should try to beat him, but play the best they can, because these teams can beat them. The Commanders could shock you, the Colts could shock you, the Packers could definitely shock you, and if you don't stop Derrick Henry, the Titans will run over you. So, but again, Philadelphia has a great chance.
And Jordan Davis got hurt. He's out for 4 weeks.
Okay.
But again, you guys have a lot of D tackles though, so if any position gets injured, that's probably one of the better ones, sadly, to get injured. Alrighty, next up. Was this the right?
No, you're on the wrong one.
I'm like, lol. All right, week 8. Let's go down here. Titans, Texans. Why are we talking about Texans?
Talk too much about, bro. The only thing you need to say is Derrick Henry is a M1 Abraham tank. Okay.
Tiger. At this point.
Moving on.
Tennessee 17. Houston Texans 10 in Houston. Again, the only stat you need to hear for this game of why it was what it was. We'll talk about one other thing, though, before we leave. Derrick Henry, 32 carries, 219 yards, 6.8 average, 2 touchdowns, along with 41. If you have a running back in today's NFL that is running for 219 yards, you got something special. And Derrick Henry is something special. I think if he continues this pace and stays healthy, wins a couple things here and there, and probably gets 1 Super Bowl ring, he could go down in the top 10 running backs of all time, maybe even top 5, because this is a specimen. This is the most physical presence we've seen in a running back in a long, long time.
That's running 2 football fields.
Yes.
Worth in a game.
Yeah.
Christ.
He almost, like, if they would have tried, he could have broke the single game record.
Yeah.
For yardage.
Oh yeah.
And he's already tied for the most 200 plus yards games with 6.
Yeah.
In the season. And it's in a season, I think it was, or just career wise.
This guy,
give him the Hall of Fame right now.
Yeah, he is insane. I think the only thing stronger than Derrick Henry is whatever he puts in his hair to make it look like a board. Anyway, the only other news I want to talk about is that after.
What? Rewind that for a second.
back the fun bust the fuck up.
I don't understand. He really has this like it's an insane hairstyle. It's like this woven, I think dreadlocks basically all the way back down his head, and it is a solid board. Literally, it does not move. It's like a beaver tail.
Yeah, it's that. Going from this hair, I have actually tied up. He got it tied up to be like a good braid. You said dreadlock. It's probably the texture of the hair too. Mine's more finer. His is probably like coarse and able to hold. Mine fucking curls.
Your hair to Derrick Henry's
I'm pretty sure Derrick Henry could run down the field, snap his head sideways, and use that tail as a whip. And just,
I'm saying, like, my hair is same length as his. Like, mine's tied up, so I'm showing it tied up.
And I don't know why anyone people always did this with Ricky Williams when he had long hair as a really dominant running back. They pulled his hair. I don't know. I was about to say I don't know why anyone hasn't pulled Derrick Henry's hair, but at the same time,
I'm pretty sure
if you want to poke that bear, poke that bear, because that bear is going to come back with a 12 gauge and hit you in the face. So
I think the way he has his hair tied back too actually helps out.
Here's what I imagine. Imagine the Tennessee Titans go and they play. Who else is in their division besides the Texans? The Jaguars.
Colts and Jaguars.
So let's say the Jaguars are out there, and you have Jared Allen, the Jaguars, go and pull Derrick Henry's hair and bring him down in one play. The next play,
you mean Josh Allen?
Or Josh Allen, yeah, not Jared Allen, Josh Allen. Jared Allen retired a long time ago. Josh Allen. So Josh Allen pulls Derrick Henry's hair, pulls him down. The next play, I kid you not, Derrick Henry's getting in the huddle, and he says, fuck what you're going to run. Give me I-form, power right. He's going to pull right, grab the ball, and he's not going to run for a first down. He's going to run at Josh Allen, and he's going to put his helmet in that guy's chest. So Watch Derrick Henry. There is greatness, and you want to see greatness when it happens, and you want to watch great players. Derrick Henry is a generational talent at the running back position. It's great. The only thing I want to talk about is Brandon Cooks also wanted to be traded from the Houston Texans during this trade deadline season, but it didn't really happen. Sent out a cryptic tweet kind of directed toward the Texans about messing with his loyalty and ruining his career. So there could be a lot of locker room issues there. It'll be interesting to see where he goes, as he is a very talented receiver and a very fast one at that too.
Well, who wants him to give up the picks? That's the thing. Nobody really wanted.
And he's young too. Isn't he quite young?
Unless I'm thinking someone else. He's 29.
29. It's not insanely young, but at the same time, like
still has some time.
Wait, he's been a Texan the whole time.
Yep. Yeah. Or no. It, I think so. Yeah. I gotta look at it later.
Right.
Rip his career. Holy shit.
Golly, what the fuck, man?
Okay, your browser's not wanting you.
I don't know. I may need to update my computer or something. I don't know if they want Dan Snyder's hacking into my computer. So the Sam Ehlinger experiment didn't go well for the Colts. They drop 16-17 against the Commanders at home in Lucas Oil Field. Jonathan Taylor didn't have a great day. Could have been because the line is still struggling. 16 carries, 76 yards with a 4.8 average. Sam Ehlinger threw for 17 for 23, 201 yards with an 8.7 average, taking 2 sacks. On the Washington side, Taylor Hennessy, 23.
Heineke.
I know, it's Taylor Hennessy, man. This guy's on fire. 23 for 31, 279 yards, 9-yard average, 1 TD, 1 reception, taking 2 sacks. Also their leading rusher with 29 yards. That Washington Commanders run game is not looking great right now. But scary Terry McLaurin, 113 yards of receiving with 6 receptions and 8 targets. The Colts receiving did not look great. 65 yards for Allen Pierce, 53 for Michael Pittman, and 43 for Paris Campbell. And Nyheim Hines, his final game as an Indianapolis Colt for now, only 29 yards. The Colts just falling to the Commanders. Looks like the Colts are falling apart again. I still don't understand why they went out and tried to have a win now strategy and get Matt Ryan, because it's backfiring and they're just going to pay him a ton of money to what looks like sit on the bench. But honestly, the biggest news about this was off the field. Just announced today, Dan Campbell, the jackass, dirt cheap, fucking bullshit
Dan Snyder.
leader, or not Dan Campbell, Dan Snyder. Wow, I'm messing names up like crazy.
Yeah, you are. I drank more than you. I know names better.
Oh, just wait. Just you wait. I'm going to ruin my liver tonight real quick. Just give me a minute. Dan Snyder is selling the Washington Commanders. Whoever's going to step up, it'll be interesting.
Thank God.
Yeah. Bezos has given some interest in buying an NFL team. That'd be interesting. I don't know. Musk might do it. He already spent a ton of money on Twitter. What's another million more?
Billion.
It's going to be billions.
It'll be in the billions.
Yeah, it'll be in the billions.
Football teams are very expensive.
Really,
they're worth a lot.
You could probably buy Washington for a bus pass and $350 in change.
Bro, if Bezos buys the Washington Commanders, he's going to rename it to the Washington Post. Watch.
Washington Prime.
Washington Prime.
Honestly,
no.
if I were a billionaire, multi-billionaire, and I had an ability to buy the Washington Commanders, I would buy them. I would tear down the stadium they have. I would rebrand the team. New colors, new logo.
Again, after another rebrand that they
No
went through?
one likes the commies. No one likes the commies.
I like it because they suck.
Their logo is, look at this fucking, like, my brother is literally in a freshman graphic arts design program in a college. He could probably design something better than this lackluster W. Like, this someone designed this in MS
Washington
Paint.
football team. Just the Washington football team.
No.
I mean, that's actually better. No, that was actually better than
dope.
commies.
You move it to Virginia, and you name it something, Virginia something. The team is out of Washington, get it out of the capital, move it to Virginia.
Virginian Volunteers.
The sad thing is, though, DC is actually in Virginia. People forget about that.
No, it's in Maryland. It's across the Potomac.
No, it's not. Well, no, okay. Where the team is, it's in Maryland. But the DC in itself and all that, that's Virginia.
Well, then, yeah.
As a Virginian.
Let's make it a
DC can be its own state.
Let's make it a Virginian team. Let's move it to Arlington, Virginia. Let's name it the Virginia Volunteers. That sounds good. Why not? I mean, I don't know if you could do that to Tennessee, but
Tennessee's gonna fight back.
You'll have something. You can name it something. You could get better colors because after they got rid of the old Washington Redskins uniform, these colors without the white have looked bad. Ugly, very ugly, and you get a new stadium in, which they've already cleared out land for. You need to restart. You can keep the history of the team, but you need to restart. New colors. You got
better fences.
What I have to say is
breaking.
Yeah, what I have to say is wake me when Dan Snyder actually sells a team.
He is.
I don't know until it actually happens. Until it happens,
telling them to manage the sell of the team. I think it's I mean, of course, here's
what's gonna be sad for me if that happens. Watch the team might actually be good. Fuck, I want to beat up the little kid, little brother. No, that's what I want to do.
You need some competition.
Honestly,
you need more of it.
No. Patriots never had competition in the AFC East, and they still won fucking 6 Super Bowls.
No, okay. Do not disrespect the Jets like that. For a long time, the Jets were very competitive. Darrell Revis,
butt fumble.
Oh, that's Mark Sanchez, okay. Chad Pennington. Darrell Revis, one of the best quarterbacks
of all
time.
I'm not going to say anything.
Come on.
All right, Miami Dolphins from 2002 to 2015. Fucking Buffalo Bills until they got Josh Allen. Fucking Christ. Fucking people be like, oh, NFC East was terrible for the Eagles in fucking 2017. They still won the fucking Super Bowl. That's the only thing that matters.
We got to get the California game up.
Yep. All right.
San Fran owns Sean McVay.
Bro, San Fran owns SoFi. Did you see the fucking crowd?
San Francisco comes into Los Angeles Stadium, also known as South Fenway, 31-14. The win for the San Francisco 49ers. No,
don't you mean Candlestick?
They're out of Candlestick, I thought. They moved out of Candlestick.
Oh. Okay, it's not Fenway.
Something different.
Yeah, Fenway is Boston. It's Boston Red Sox baseball.
Whatever. The 49ers own 2 stadiums. One of them's in LA. Its name's SoFi. The amount of Niners fans that were at the game was ridiculous. The Los Angeles Rams have nowhere home to play because no one fucking likes football in LA. Why move a team there?
No. The people in LA like the 49ers because they've been Niners fans forever.
Yeah. No, they're UCLA fans.
They're UCLA fans, but they
joined the Big Ten. Let's go. Let's look at the Rams. It was pretty shit. Matthew Stafford, 22 for 33, 187, 1 touchdown, 2 sacks. Top rusher, Ronnie Rivers, 21 yards. Yikes. Receiving, Cooper Kupp, who went out with an injury, 8 for 79, but is apparently going to play against the Buccaneers next week. He had the most receiving yards with 79. Al Robinson just found him with 54. Tyler Higbee with 15. Now for the 49ers, Jimmy Garoppolo, 21 for 25, 235, 9.4 average, and 2 TDs, only taking 3 sacks. McCaffrey, 1 for 1, 34 yards, and throwing a touchdown. McCaffrey, 18 yards, 18 carries, 94 yards, a 5.2 average, and a touchdown on the round. And a McCaffrey, 8 receptions, 55 yards in total, 1 touchdown through the air. He was everywhere, having an insane amount of total yards, and just absolutely outplaying the Rams. Just entirely. Actually,
first time since 2005 since he's
do some quick math for me, Mamba. 34.
Oh boy. Hold on.
He might have more total yards
128. 128
plus 94.
183 yards total.
183.
I'm an engineer. I know math.
And
math. I'm an engineer.
The Los Angeles Rams had 188 yards total. He was 5 yards away from having more yards than the entire Los Angeles passing and rushing combined. That's ridiculous.
The Rams are so one-dimensional.
Yeah.
They don't run the ball at all.
They don't have a running game. They don't have any running backs. Cam Akers.
They also lost their best lineman.
They're not even using
Andrew Whitworth. He retired. Now they have no one at left tackle and they can't block.
And Stafford is Cam Akers. And Stafford is still considered injured. He has that elbow injury they had to get surgery for.
It's bad.
So, like, if people when people are comparing, like, oh, Stafford sucks with Brady and Rodgers, Stafford can kind of have an excuse of injury. Rodgers and Brady does not.
Why is he playing
I do have to say
elbow then? Just bench him at this point.
Well, it's not like
win.
he can still throw. Well, I mean, what do they have as backup quarterback?
Imagine Aaron Donald, man. Let's run it back,
Yeah,
you're walking it back right
the
now.
trade deadline, you're not buying. You already lost 4 games. You're not gonna win any more games or many more games.
What can they trade? They have no draft picks.
Okay, yeah, I know
this
that.
This is what happens when you say fuck
them
picks. This is the retribution you get. And guess what? The Rams are probably going to have a 3-win season in the next 5 years.
Yep. That's why I'm loving Howie Roseman when he trades draft picks.
They bought a Super Bowl, so.
He gets draft picks back.
Yeah, they got a Super Bowl. They got a Super Bowl in LA. No one cares. No one asked. No one wants it. Like, congratulations. Like, now
Jerry Jones is the one that asked it. He's the one that forced Kroenke.
So now
at least Stafford got a Super Bowl. Okay?
NFC West. At least he got one. Yeah, and Whitworth. I'm glad Whitworth got one too. But again, neither of these teams leading the NFC West. Seattle's still in the lead, 5-3.
And they're in the next game.
Yeah, and then the next game. Yeah.
That was a good game.
Geno Smith is a freaking god.
Seattle Seahawks at home against the Giants, giving the Giants their first loss in quite some time, winning 27-13. Daniel Jones, 17 for 31, 176, and 5.7 average, taking 5 sacks and throwing no touchdowns. Saquon Barkley only rushing for 53 yards with a 2.7 average and 1 touchdown. And not that great in the air. Darius Slayton, 66 yards, and Tanner Hudson, 58 yards. The Seattle defense was really hounding Daniel Jones and preventing their offense from really getting off the ground. However, the Seattle offense, 23 for 34 for Geno Smith for 212 yards with 2 touchdowns and no picks. Kenneth Walker III, 51 yards rushing on 18 carries and 1 touchdown. Tyler Lockett, 63 yards receiving, and DK Metcalf right behind him with 55. The Seattle Seahawks looked good, very good, and were dominating on both sides of the ball. Yeah, both sides of the ball dominating against the Giants, who have been on a hot streak.
The yardage seems low for the Seattle, but the reason why is because of the muff punts by the Giants special teams.
Yeah.
That's why the yardage is kind of low. That's the big thing. And Seattle hit on their draft picks this year. Woolen, if you look, I think it's Woolen. I can see him being defensive rookie of the year right there. Yeah, he's a cornerback. Yeah. Like he defensive rookie of the year up there with the Jets cornerback.
I think
Sauce Gardner. We all thought Seahawks were going to be in the shitter, and look at them in the NFC West. They're in first right now. This is insane.
Yeah, and they've shown that they can win. Yeah.
Giants are definitely stumbling, and they just fell behind Dallas in the NFC Beast, which is probably going to produce 3 playoff teams this year somehow.
Some are saying 4. Some are saying 4. Somehow Washington makes it in because as an 8-9 record.
Fuck no.
I mean, the NFC sucks. Who's going to be the other wild card? Who's going to be the other wild card? Maybe San Francisco.
Shitters, dude.
It's either Washington or San Francisco. They both have the same record.
Also, someone from
let me look at standings.
Yeah, I'm actually being serious. Anyone from the NFC North? No, Packers ain't gonna do shit.
Atlanta, 49ers, Commanders, maybe?
Atlanta's gonna win the division.
God.
Oh, yeah. So, fuck. That might be 49ers or Commanders. Click conference at the top.
Or playoff. Or
playoff. Yeah, playoff works.
It's right beside standing. Yeah, yeah.
Holy shit. Falcons at the 4?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, because they're leading the NFC South. Yes.
That is funny.
Okay, whoever won between Atlanta and Carolina was leading the NFC South.
Yeah, it's funny how the Commander. Who's 8? Is it 8 are in or what?
It's 7.
7.
It goes to top 4 seed.
Yeah, the Commanders are right out of the run. Holy shit! Wow. They're gonna have to beat out the 49ers, which is not to say that also
NFC,
like.
I mean, the AFC is
also,
kind
do you think Tom Brady's not making the playoffs? Hold on.
No, because of the offensive line, they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose. So
I think
lost
they're gonna
to
win
Carolina.
their division. They're gonna win their division. I think.
I don't think so.
The only
They beat Atlanta
suck.
once. They can beat them again if they beat the Saints once. They have them at home, so they can beat the Saints again. That's already 4 division wins there, and they dropped one of the Panthers. Okay, they're gonna win the next one. That's only losing 1 conference game. That's another 3. That's another couple free wins there. And
okay? So that's a couple of conference wins. So that's okay. So that's probably 4 wins. Who else are they gonna beat? Who's the rest of their games out of division?
who else do they have to beat? Their division is ass. They have to win their division, not win the conference. They have to win their division just to get to the playoffs.
True, but I think Atlanta could get some wins out of division to get a better record than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Maybe, but Atlanta is so streaky. I mean, I guess
It's going to
they're
be
getting
back and
Cordell
forth.
Patterson back. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's finish out these and get our predictions.
But no,
in for next
the
week.
Giants. Besides the muff punts, the Giants Seahawks game was actually good. I will
This
say
game
that.
was so boring. I watched this. I was bored out of my.
I fell asleep at the half because I had to go into work early.
Sunday night, Bills, Packers. Packers looking bad. Buffalo winning at home 27-17. Aaron Rodgers 19 for 30, 203, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Josh Allen 13 for 25, only passing 25 times. 218 yards with an 8.7 average, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Not a great game, actually, by Josh Allen. A little lackluster, not horrible, but again, not terrible. Stephon Diggs has 108 yards receiving, and that Buffalo run game was only 67 yards for Devin Singletary and 4 for Josh Allen. Aaron Jones went off, 143 yards for Green Bay rushing, and A.J. Dillon had 54 himself. But then Romeo Doubs was the leading receiver for the Packers, was only 62 yards. Green Bay. Green Bay.
I'm surprised they didn't shop. I'm surprised they didn't shop for wide receivers.
They tried to. They couldn't give the picks that they wanted.
They tried to shop for Claypool.
They need to sign Odell. They need to sign Odell. There's not any
but
if,
Odell
ands,
is
or
not
buff.
gonna. Odell's not gonna want to go to the Packers.
Well, it's not that. I think
Why
it's too.
not?
I think it's. Well, okay, I can see him going to the Packers, but the thing is, though, Packers already have not a good record, and Minnesota is going off. It's already too late. So then Packers are done.
Bro, Odell's just trying to get an easy ring. He's trying to get an easy ring.
He already had an easy ring. Now he's going to get passed the ball by Rodgers. Imagine
Bro,
the receiving yards he's going to get.
No, he signs with the Bills. OBJ signs with the Bills for the easy ring. I'm sorry,
he's going to do it. Why do you think he's sitting and just waiting to see what's happening?
He's injured. He has an ACL injury. He can't come back till December.
Yeah. That's true.
All right.
Yeah, that's why. That's why no one signed him yet, was because of his ACL injury. He can't play until December.
Not much to cover with this. It's just Buffalo being Buffalo and the Packers struggling still.
Yeah. Also, the reason why it's 2 interceptions for Josh Allen, he was playing with his food. That's basically what happened. It would have been a higher score if Josh Allen wasn't playing with his food.
Fair. How about them Bengals?
Who they Bengals losing?
You could be shit like the Bears with us, okay? It's okay. I go through a lot of pain too.
You get some
Advil for your
headaches.
For those of you listening, I'm about to fully chug a fucking 750 milliliters of Smirnoff.
Oh gee! Oh my god! It's still going.
He's still going. Oh damn! All right.
Okay.
Good job.
Okay. Good job.
Oh damn!
Oh.
Don't worry, we're not alcoholics. Don't worry, we're not alcoholics.
God. All right.
What did you expect, Smirnoff?
There's some water. There's water in there. Let's be honest.
And going to Game 5 with Philly and Houston tied at 2.
Yep. Baseball update. Astros no hit Phillies. Oh God.
I mean, I was not expecting Philly to win the World Series, but still, I'm happy with what they did. Okay.
All right. Let's finish this up before I pass out. Anyway, Cleveland at home. Halloween night, Monday Night Football, beating Cincinnati 32-13. Joe Burrow didn't look amazing, didn't look terrible, but was sacked a lot again. Our offensive line can't get it done. This game, it wasn't as much Lyle Collins. It was actually people going at Jonah Williams, and the line wasn't shifting. We need to fire our O-line coach and find a new one. I think that's the biggest issue is because our O-line isn't communicating and something has to be done. Someone has to take leadership, and this O-line coach, I don't know why he's still doing what he's doing. Also, every fucking every fucking 4 plays, not even 4, but every fucking 3 plays, we were throwing screens to Joe Mixon and Samaj P. Ryan.
Rip Jamar Chase. You guys look so lost without Jamar Chase.
We shouldn't be
Zach
lost,
Taylor.
but like, oh man,
It's Zach Taylor's loss without Jamar Chase.
yeah. We need to have better play calling and a better offensive line coach. But the numbers weren't great. Only 27 rush yards for Joe Mixon, still struggling. 49 yards of receiving for T. Higgins, 42 for Hayden Hurst, who's been a bright spot on this Bengals team that's been struggling so far. But hey, we were 5-4 going into the bye week last year, and we got to the Super Bowl. So nothing is impossible, especially in a very close AFC North race. Jacoby Brissett had 17 for 22 yards for 278 and 12.6 average with 1 touchdown. The only pick in the game being thrown by Amari Cooper on his only pass. So goodbye to his passing rating. Good Lord. It's a negative.
That was fucking funny.
I was watching the game. It was like the most blatant pass to the defense ever. Like, he just threw it, and Von Bell was like, oh, I don't even have to move. Catch, run. Like, Nick Chubb ran for 101 yards, and Kareem Hunt ran for 42. Again, Bengals really suffering after not having DJ Reader on their team after he's been listed as injured for quite a while. Amari Cooper and Donovan Peoples-Jones torched the secondary. 131 yards for Amari and 81 for Donovan Peoples-Jones. Even worse for the secondary, the Bengals' key cornerback, Chidobe Awuzie, is now out for the season with an ACL injury, making the top cornerback for the Bengals Mike Hilton, which is not great, but we'll have to go with what we go with.
Eli Apple's not your top cornerback?
Fuck no. I think this is a moment we need to Dax Hill, who's the rookie out of Michigan, who's a very, very athletic guy. We need to move him to cornerback and have him play some reps there because he's good enough to do it, and he did it in college. It's a step up in the NFL, but we have to get somebody ready because Trey Flowers and Eli Apple are not going to fucking cut it at all. So we need to get that going, and I need to see a step up on pass rushing from Sam Hubbard. Sam Hubbard's great in run stopping. He's phenomenal. So many times he's behind the line of scrimmage, ready to tackle whoever's running the football. When it comes to pinning his ears back and getting to the quarterback, Trey Henderson's there and fighting with that tackle as much as he can to get there, and it's very close. But on the other side of the ball, Sam Hubbard's getting just shut the fuck out. He's got to figure out a pass rush move and do it quick. I love the guy. He's a homegrown Cincinnati guy. Grew up near me, actually. Went to a high school that I was close to. Had friends even go to that high school. But, like, I got to stop being a homer for a second and realize, like, he's got to step it up. We have one good pass rusher. If we have another one, our defense can wreak havoc. But he's got to be that guy.
Yeah, Brown's defense just fucked you over. It flipped you over and just fucked you.
It wasn't really the Browns' defense as much as it was the inability of our offense to stop some of the weird pass rushes they were throwing, and the Browns' offense being insane. I think the Browns' offense was better than their defense. They were finding weak spots in our secondary constantly.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's move on. I don't want to look at that anymore. Also, I'm starting to see 3 scores instead of 1.
Week 9, let's go.
Week 9.
Thursday nights. We got the World Series tomorrow.
Bring up the
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Eagles, Texans.
Bring up the standings for us.
Oh, no. We already showed that in the beginning.
Oh, I'm stupid then.
Oh, yeah. No. We just said in the beginning. I'm dumb. Yeah, you're right. Standings. Holy shit.
Yeah, we did do that.
I'm dumb. All right, so Mamba is currently leading 63-22. His week 8 total was 16-5. 49-25 for me. My week 8 total was 15-5. And Macedon 49-25. His week total was 13-5. The way we do scoring is you get 1 win if you predict the right winning team, 1 loss if you don't predict the right winning team, and you get 2 points for whoever is the closest in score. So
and Mamba had the most closest. Yeah, you've been having go with the closest scores.
So yeah,
just good with the numbers. Yeah.
God damn.
Actually, hold on. Let me do one thing real quick, so it's easier to see because I can put this over here. If I just.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey, hold
Yeah,
on.
that's
You're
what
not
it
taking
is.
Whoa, what's going
you're
on?
not
What's going
taking
on?
my stand.
What's going
Back the fun
on?
bus to fuck up now.
Dan Schneider, what you think you're trying to do?
Bruh.
Fucking try to steal
Bruh.
my numbers?
You know, it's time for me to smell salt or
Just do,
smoke for all day
Masto,
tomorrow.
Masto for short.
Yeah,
short.
yeah, that's
Oh,
that works.
actually fit. If it fits, it fits.
Yeah, if it fits.
All right, I want to start while you're doing that. I'm going to start with my pick for Prime Video, prime time, Eagles versus Texans, the best matchup I'm ever gonna see. Eagles by 24.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like that. I'll take Eagles by 17. Texans aren't winning shit. Yeah.
Eagles, my motherfucking Eagles by 20.
All right.
They're gonna
Easy
give up a
enough.
touchdown. They're gonna give up a touchdown in the third quarter. Even though they actually scored in the third quarter. What the fuck? In the Steelers game. They actually scored in the third quarter.
1 o'clock games, Chargers, Falcons. Chargers desperately need a win, and the Falcons are all right, but streaky. I think the Chargers are going to win this, even though if it's in Atlanta. I'll take the Chargers by 10.
Honestly, I want to take Falcons. I think they're gonna sneak a good one here, but I'm gonna go Falcons by 3.
Ooh, who's the bigger choker, the Chargers or the Falcons? Chargers, Falcons by 3.
Right.
Dolphins,
Chargers
Bears.
are more of a choker.
The Dolphins have one of the best high-powered offenses in the game. The Bears' defense is about as successful as a three-legged chair. So Dolphins
Fair.
are going to win this game by 14.
You know, it's in Soldier Field, all right? And us Bears fans, we're pretty rowdy in Soldier. So give me Bears by 3, okay?
That is a stretch. That is a
stretch.
Mr. fucking
I
Fantastic
always go
Four.
for the Bears. I always go for the Bears in these picks.
Dolphins by
matched up with the Eagles.
Dolphins by 17.
Bro, look at my standing, all right? I could pick the Bears all I want and I'd be fine.
Shut the fuck up.
All right.
I'm just being honest.
Next game, Panthers Bengals in Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Bengals coming off a bad loss. They're going to be ready to go for this one. Even without Chidobe Awuzie, I think they'll be all right. I think they're going to get a 13-point win against the Panthers.
Oh my god, this is actually kind of crazy because after they traded everyone out, they've been scoring a lot more points, the Panthers. But I think I have to agree with you with Cincinnati winning this one, so I'm gonna go Cincinnati by 7.
As long as DJ Moore doesn't do something stupid and they don't have Pinero kicking field goals, I'm saying Panthers by 3. Zach Taylor at Cincinnati's lost without Jamar Chase. Panthers by 3.
All right, Packers Lions.
Division game.
Aaron Rodgers coming off bad losses. He's going to be ready to go. Lions defense is not going to be able to, I think, handle his expertise, even though he's struggled this year so far. I think it's going to be a close-fought game, but I'll take Packers by 3.
I never picked the Packers. Lions by 3.
I'm saying Lions by 10 because Packers just fucking suck.
Oh, you're on my side.
Oh, I'm on your side because I'm seeing Aaron Rodgers. They finally ran the ball with Aaron Jones.
This is news to me. I fucking love this.
But Rodgers is going to be like, oh, I'm going to need to throw now. Call his own plays to throw. Throws like 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
Lions by 10.
Colts, Patriots in Foxborough.
Hold on. Before we move on, if the Lions beat the Packers, literally fucking the Packers are just going to burn down after. They never lose the Lions.
Colts, Patriots. This is in Foxborough. I'll take the Patriots in this one. I think it'll be a decent game, but not too close. I'll take the Patriots by 10.
Bill Belichick will always find a way. So Patriots by 14, actually. I'll go 14.
I'm saying Patriots by 7. Fucking Colts suck ass right now. God damn. They fired their offense coordinator too.
Oh, they did? Huh.
Yep.
Good for them.
Even though it's not going to do jack and shit.
I know.
Bills, Jets in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The Bills are, holy shit. Nearly fell forward through my monitor. God damn it. Oh, wow. What are we talking about? Football, right? Bills,
Bills
Jets. It's
Jets.
the fucking Bills. It's the fucking Bills. What are you gonna do? I think they're gonna destroy the Jets. The Jets' best player is out, obviously with an injury. Bills by 40. Nah, Bills by 17.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna have to agree with you with that one. I'm gonna go Bills by 14.
I have to agree with Mamba. Bills by 14. It's just Josh Allen's gonna play with this food.
Oh, now you're
and
taking my
basically throw
numbers,
it.
huh?
Whoa,
You're gonna take my
whoa, calm
numbers?
down, yeah.
Whoa,
No,
whoa,
not exactly.
whoa,
All
Yeah,
right,
I see
but
what
Bills
you're
by
doing here.
14.
All right, Vikings, Commanders. This is in shit X Field in Maryland. I think I'll take the Vikings. Um, I don't think the Commanders can stop the Vikings offense, especially now after adding T.J. Hawkinson. I think it's going to be Vikings by 14.
Bro, that's crazy. You have to spend $43 to stand in FedEx Field.
Stand in shit, in literal shit.
Jesus
Holy
Christ.
shit.
Who would pay for that? Yeah, Vikings by 14. Let's go 14 again.
I'm gonna say Vikings by 7. I think Heineke will try to keep it close. He's much better than Wentz. That's all I have to say.
And Vikings defense is pretty decent, so don't forget.
They're not
Yeah.
bad, and Dalvin Cook will get some runs.
The two shitters. I love
Yeah. Raiders, Jags.
Time to roll dice.
I think the Raiders are going to win this one. They just are better on paper, and I think the paper will win the day for them. I'll take Raiders by 7.
Shit, I don't know. They're both trash. So let me go. Oh my god. Tickets are low as $27. Guy, give me Raiders by 7.
Raiders by 7. Well, my dice has chosen for me. I have to pick Jags by 3. Good old tank bowl. I need to get the new.
Old tank
I need to
bowl.
get the Rogo Dorn tank. That actually looks beautiful, better than the Lima Russ. But Jags by 3.
All right.
The dice picked for me.
Cardinals, Seahawks. New Call of Duty's out. Seahawks by 17.
Wow, they have the line favoring Arizona. That's
The fuck?
That's very surprising.
Arizona
no,
negative
no.
2?
Okay, the reason why they think it's probably even, maybe Seattle by 1, but it's because it's at Arizona, so they give 3 points to.
Look at the match predictor. Please look at the match predictor. Oh,
wait, what?
What? Are you high? Give me Seahawks by fucking 14, and I might bet on this match. Are you kidding me?
And massive.
Actually, I don't bet. Actually,
So
I don't actually.
Seahawks by 14 for you. Oh my
Jeez,
fucking
Christ.
Vegas dumbass. All right. I heard you. Seahawks by 14.
Yeah.
Seahawks by 10 for me.
Wow. All right. The last late game, a rematch of the NFC Championship, Rams, Buccaneers in Tampa. Two teams that are struggling. So I don't know. This is rough.
Do you need to die? Do you need to die to roll?
Well, the thing is that the Buccaneers' offensive line is struggling, right? And who's on the Rams? Aaron Donald.
I'm back.
But also, they haven't looked great in the passing game. But also, I think the Buccaneers have so many more weapons than last year. I'll take the Buccaneers by 3 in a close one. I think this will be a good game to watch, even though the teams aren't doing that hot.
I love how these two are NFC Championship fighters, I guess you could say, and they're both absolute garbage this year.
Yeah.
Fuck, they're both bad, but I think Buccaneers squeaks it out just because they could still decently run the ball better than the Rams. So I'm gonna go Buccaneers by 3. I'm gonna go 3. It's gonna be close.
I'm thinking with Aaron Donald's gonna fuck up that line. I'm thinking Rams by 3, and Matthew Stafford still has Cooper Kupp should be playing. I think there was something said, so that's the only thing Stafford sees in their receivers is Cooper Kupp there. He throws it to Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Yeah. Well, it's a good option. Sunday night game, Titans Chiefs. I think this one will actually be a little close because the Chiefs defense is not great in the run. Chris Jones is the only really good D lineman they have, and he alone cannot stop Derrick Henry. I still think the Chiefs are going to win, but it'll be close. I'll take the Chiefs by 7.
Ooh.
I mean, Titans' only option is Derrick Henry, and they're gonna close all those freaking gaps that they could close potentially. So I'm gonna go actually Chiefs by 14.
Why don't you look at this real quick? If you can see on the screen right now, there is indicators of like the best rushing, passing, and receiving people for each team. For the Rams and Buccaneers, Leonard Fournette has 122 carries on the season with 386 yards and 2 TDs. Derrick Henry has 166 carries, about 50-ish more, right? 755
I'm
yards.
a little
and 7
unsure.
TDs.
I have to admit.
This is about to halfway through the season.
What is going on? It's a fucking ad that's playing. Oh my god. What the hell? There's an ad that just randomly. Technical difficulty. My internet. I do, but I like the reason it wasn't working. It said one of the reasons that I could like launch it in incognito mode. That's what I did. So.
Okay.
I'm saying Chiefs by 17. I think that offense is too much for Tennessee to, even with Derrick Henry doing good. Chiefs offense is too much.
Yeah.
And last but not least.
Yep. The
This be a barn burner.
Monday night game. Baltimore Ravens and New Orleans Saints. I don't think this will be a barn burner actually. I think
This is gonna be. It'll be close.
It'll be close, yeah. The New Orleans defense is better than their offense, but the Baltimore offense is better than their defense, I think. So, I could pause this. Jeez Louise, something's going on with my internet. I gotta fix this shit. Anyway, so it is going to be in New Orleans. I think New Orleans, it has a really good defense, and they're going to give some looks to Baltimore that will confuse them, and I think I'm going to take New Orleans in a close game by 5.
Ooh, New Orleans by 5. Who's the quarterback? Is it Dalton still?
Yep, still
It's Dalton. Winston's still hurt.
And Taysom Hill.
Yeah, I don't really see Saints winning this. I mean, Ravens, they got the upgrade with the defense now. So, I think Ravens by 3. It'll be a close one.
I'm saying Ravens by 7. They're going to give up second half points, but Ravens by 7.
Alrighty. And that brings us to the ends of those games. Yeah. I don't think... Do we have any questions on our videos thus far?
Wasn't there something Muzzy posted recently?
Possibly.
When you said about... You asked about the title, but I was like, that's just because it's week 7 recap and week 8 predictions.
I thought I did it right?
Oh no, he said something because it's like, oh, Macedon, you're a homer with Jalen Hurts, but Danny Jones has been playing so much better. I'm like, bitch, Jalen Hurts is fucking an MVP candidate right now.
Yeah. All right, let's do one quick tier list.
Oh god.
Let's do one of those. I like those. I like that last
What are we
week.
on the clock?
152. So we'll have a 2
not bad.
one. Yeah, not bad at all.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm surprised. Well, we do have like 6 teams on the bye, too.
Yes, a lot of teams on the bye. Next week's even worse. Fantasy owners are going to be scrambling.
No, I mean,
safe.
not really. I'm okay.
I'm safe. Most of my guys already went on a bye.
Yeah.
Are you going to go by like the past 20 years Super Bowl
all right,
games?
This seems like a good list. Let me go ahead and pull this up. Let's get it here. Alrighty, so best quarterbacks of all time, we'll be ranking them in categories from S, A, B, C, and D, and they will be organized left to right in the best ones we got. So the contestants we have so far, Johnny Unitas, this is Troy Aikman, then you have Ben Roethlisberger, Terry Bradshaw, Tom Brady, Brett Favre, Dan Fouts, Drew Brees, Eli Manning, John Elway. That is, why can't I remember the name? Viking quarterback. Could run it a lot. Real fast. Old school. Really good. I can't remember his name. He's really good, though. I hate that I can't remember his name. Oh,
I'm looking up.
All I know is you won't see a Bears quarterback in this.
Gary. Frank Tarkenton?
Frank Tarkenton, yes. Frank Tarkenton. Scrambling Frank Tarkenton.
Okay.
and then Joe Namath, and then who's this Redskins quarterback? I forget.
That's not Theismann.
It might number 7. Who? Then you have Joe Montana, Jim Kelly. Is that Patrick? Is that Patrick Mahomes? I think that's 16. Patrick Mahomes. I think that's him.
No, that's not.
No.
That's not.
No,
that's
no way.
No way, that's him. But yeah. Then you have Warren Moon, Peyton Manning. I don't know who 14 is. Holy shit. Can I zoom in on this, like, so I can see these a little better?
Len Dawson, I think, has who it is supposed to be for the QBs for the Kansas City.
Len Dawson, Warren Moon. I don't know
because he won Super Bowl in 14.
This is Sammy Baugh. This is Sammy Baugh, I think. 14.
Is that the Browns?
Number? I think so. Yeah, I think look up what number Sammy Baugh was. Peyton Manning, Phil Simms, Aaron Rodgers. Autogram. That is Autogram. Okay. And then this is Roger Staubach. Then over here, let me zoom out a little bit. Rich Gannon, Bart Starr, Steve Young, Kurt Warner, and then Brady again.
He put Brady twice.
Whoops. All right, so let's get this started. I think now, I don't know which Brady. I'll use this Brady. I think Brady.
If you're going all time, the whole career, Brady
this is the whole career. Yes. I think if Brady retired today, he'd be number 1. Can't argue. You cannot argue with that. I think also you have to put Montana up there because of rings and just his success, as well as Peyton Manning. But however, how do you want to organize this? Do you want to go Montana, Peyton, Montana?
I think Peyton Montana. Then I think how you have is fine.
As pure QB, Payne will go over Montana because Payne. I know he was kind of game manager, but he knew how to break defenses. Montana kind of knew how to run. Payne will destroy your defense by just looking at it and be like
the sheriff.
He was the last one to call his own plays in a way. Besides,
next has got to be Drew Brees. So talented, so phenomenal, even with his playing at such a height that
and a Purdue guy.
Yeah, and a Purdue guy.
Johnny Unitas is also A.
Okay. Definitely a revolutionary for the quarterback position.
Yeah.
I would say also I think you have to put Warren Moon up here as well. Revolutionary for his position as well. Also breaking a lot of racial barriers as well. One of the first African-American quarterbacks to do it very well. Let's see what else we can kind of put here. Kind of shift people around. Phil Simms was good. I'd give him a C, though. I think on this list, I got to put Phil Simms at a C. I think Steve Young should be behind Drew Brees, but above Johnny Unitas.
Okay.
The talent
I don't know,
had, I think was great. Roger Staubach, Johnny. So here's the thing with Johnny. Johnny Unitas had a great couple seasons. Or Joe Namath. Had a great couple seasons, but also like his stats nowadays. A lot of these older quarterback stats nowadays are awful, but for the time were amazing. So I think I would put Johnny Unitas as worse than, or Joe Namath worse than. Yeah, sorry, Joe Namath worse than Johnny Unitas, but still a B. I think I would put him there.
Yeah,
but
I can see that.
I think he's better than Warren Moon. So maybe put Warren Moon down to a B, but behind Johnny Unitas or Joe Namath.
I'm not going by Super Bowl rings because Warren Moon, he got fucked over for
He is none. Also, where's Dan Marino?
Good question. Where is Dan Marino?
You know what?
This second break.
It's probably a Pats fan to be like, oh no, Brady has to be on there twice because we fucking hate Marino.
Okay, so this second Brady's Marino ends here. If I kid you not, if Marino and Montana switch places, Marino would have 6 rings.
Wait, they have Rodgers on here.
Who?
Huh?
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers on here.
Yeah, he's on here.
Yeah, he's a Hall of he's gonna be a Hall of Fame QB.
He's Hall of Famer.
He's gonna be in Hall of Fame.
He has 1 ring, so I think that would make him better than Marino. Probably better than Unitas, but not better than Steve Young. His arm talent, insane, but his legacy, Eli Manning. Oh boy, is Eli Manning in the Hall of Fame?
No, but there is talk of some what people want him in because of the 2 Super Bowl rings.
Oh,
Eli Manning's weird. His regular season at times is meh, but then playoffs he just fucking goes off.
yeah. I would honestly take Phil Simms over Eli Manning. I think.
Yeah, I feel Mamba's kind of confused right now.
No, I'm letting you guys do it.
Oh,
I'm just watching.
Otto Graham was really good, but like so long ago, it's hard to tell. So I would put him at C above Eli Manning, but that's about it. Brett Favre threw a ton of picks, but was still very good. I'd give him a B. Probably worse than Marino, or
it's either him or Marino. They're tied.
Yeah.
It's just Brett Favre was in a different time too.
Yeah. Jim Kelly, I'll put him up here. Never got a Super Bowl ring, but still was very good. I put him above Joe Namath. Kurt Warner, amazing story, very good quarterback. Lasted a long time. I'd put him in low B. I think he's above a C, but I think he's low. Troy Aikman.
Kurt Warner was part of the greatest show on turf. You can't say that he did not help at all. And he brought the Arizona to the first Super Bowl.
We'll put him above Warren Moon, I think, then, just because of his Super Bowl success with the Rams. John Elway, I would have to put him in A, and I think I'm going to put him right below Drew Brees. His 2 Super Bowls, finally getting there and winning it after having so much struggles for a long time with having nobody to help him, and eventually having them. But maybe behind, just because of rings, maybe behind Steve.
And that was during his later years of his career too, for Elway. So he wasn't bad, but yeah.
Terry Bradshaw, incredible arm talent, had a couple Super Bowls as well. I'd put him in the highest part of the B tier. I don't think he's better than Brett Favre, but he's definitely better than Jim Kelly. Rich Gannon had 1 MVP. I'd probably put him a high C.
Was he part of Rich Gannon? Was he part of Chicago Bears during this? Or I'm thinking way later different time.
You're thinking
that was Sean Glennon.
Yeah.
Sean Glennon. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Sean. Okay, sorry.
Bart Starr is kind of on the same level as Otto Graham. It's like.
And you got to remember, Otto Graham was before Super Bowls too.
Yeah. Then you have Roger Staubach, who's a great legacy player.
I think B.
B, below Warren Moon or above Warren? He won a Super Bowl, so I think it's above Warren Moon.
It's either or.
The Super Bowl's really hurting Warren Moon now.
I know.
Troy Aikman. I don't want to put him on this list because his announcing skills are so ass that I don't want to listen to football when he covers it.
You have to.
Oh no!
No. All right.
Did you really need that many rows in between?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Why? All right. He is a Hall of Famer. Come on. You cannot say
him
that.
Off the air. All right.
Yikes. Really? Ben Roethlisberger is yikes.
Oh, come off the field. Come on. All right.
We're going by on the field, not off the field, okay?
All right.
Because just because Troy Aikman is drunk or high in the broadcast booth, he was not a bad QB.
I put him here. In between Jim Kelly and Terry Bradshaw.
I put Jim Kelly. I think they're tied.
No Super Bowls. No Super Bowls.
But I don't go. But that's
Super
kicker.
Bowls is a part of a legacy.
And also Troy Aikman. Okay, Troy Aikman did beat Jim Kelly too in the Super Bowl. Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Dan Fouts, I put above Eli, but he's barely.
He was still good.
Yeah.
That's just because of the time.
Kenny Anderson was better than Dan Fouts. Ben Roethlisberger.
B.
Yeah, below Namath, but above Kurt Warner. Oh crap! What was his name again? Frank Tarrenton. Old but insanely crafty and good, but didn't have a Super Bowl, so I put him in C, below Bart Starr. And then I don't have any idea what these guys.
Hold on. The number. Well, I'm trying to look at Washington. It's Theismann. Wait. No. Hold on.
has to be Joe Theismann.
Yeah. It's Joe Theismann. Yeah, it's Joe Theismann. Dwayne Haskins wears number 7.
Yeah.
Theismann let Dwayne Haskins wear number 7.
Yeah, I'll put him below Pate or below Eli.
He's above Eli.
Okay.
This is not be Eagles fan.
Rip
And then
Eli.
the last one.
Len Dawson. He won Super Bowl 4. He was with Pittsburgh and then Cleveland and
That's
then
so
the
long
Chiefs.
ago. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put him right above him.
He played from 57 till 75.
Wow.
He played for 18 years.
Still not as impressive as Bruce Matthews playing for the Oilers as they went into becoming the Tennessee Titans. He played with Warren. He snapped for Warren Moon and then snapped against Kurt Warner.
But he was with Pittsburgh Steelers. He was with the Browns, I think, when they won the championship. Now I'm looking at Wikipedia.
Yeah.
So he's Super Bowl champion.
I'm not kidding.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
this is a good list. I like this list.
Yeah, it's a good list.
Yeah.
Top 3 are Brady. So in order: Brady, Peyton Manning, Joe Montana in S tier. Then Drew Brees, Steve Young, Joe Namath, Aaron Rodgers, Johnny Unitas, and this one here is supposed to be Dan Marino, and then Brett Favre. Actually, we're gonna move Favre up one. Actually, he has Super Bowls over Marino. So Favre, then Marino, Bradshaw. That was A tier. Then in B tier, Bradshaw, Aikman, Jim Kelly, Joe Namath, Ben Roethlisberger, Kurt Warner, Roger Staubach, Warren Moon. C tier, Rich Gannon, Phil Simms, Otto Graham, Bart Starr, Frank Tarrington. D, Dan Fouts, Joe Theismann, Eli Manning, and I forgot his name already. Shit.
Len Dawson.
Len Dawson. All right. And that is our ranking of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And with that brings us to our over usual 2-hour mark for the Football Stooges, bringing you the interesting takes on football and the world around it. So for myself, for Macedon, for Mamba, and for all the football world, we hope you have a great week. Enjoy the football games this weekend and run the damn ball. Good night.